Tarantino has the latest on their son, who is being held without bail.
Both the defense and prosecutors say Nick Reiner will not be brought into court for an arraignment because he has not been medically cleared. And with no formal charges filed yet by the DA's office, there is still no official criminal complaint on the docket.
On Capitol Hill today, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth briefed lawmakers about the strikes on alleged drug boats and said some committee members would see an unedited video of strikes on a boat in September with survivors on board, but not all lawmakers.
Of course, we're not going to release a top secret, full unedited video of that to the general public.
Senator Mark Kelly.
My takeaway from this is I have more questions now than when I walked in. They didn't give very good answers, so we did learn a few things, which in my view makes this entire operation even more questionable.
The Pentagon, meanwhile, has escalated its investigation into Kelly. He was one of 6 Democratic lawmakers who recorded a video urging service members to refuse illegal orders. Kelly calls that an effort to silence dissent within the military. President Trump's chief of staff, Susie Wiles, gave a blunt assessment of the president's inner circle in an interview with Vanity Fair, reportedly saying, among other things, the president, who doesn't drink, has an alcoholic's personality. CBS's Olivia Rinaldi.
She is punching back against this article in a tweet that she just posted. She wrote, "The article published early this morning is a disingenuous framed hit piece on me and the finest president, White House staff, and cabinet in history." She said significant context was disregarded and much of what I and others said about the team and the president was left out of the story. Now, she's not denying the quotes, but she is saying that they are lacking context.
Wiles also called Vice President Vance a conspiracy theorist. In Allentown, Pennsylvania today, he came to her defense.
Susie Wiles, we have our disagreements. We agree on much more than we disagree, but I've never seen her be disloyal to the President of the United States, and that makes her the best White House chief of staff that I think the president could ask for.
President Trump says he will address the nation tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. He will also travel to Delaware for a dignified transfer of 2 Iowa National Guard members killed Saturday in Syria. The unemployment rate in November rose to 4.6%. That's the highest level since September of 2021. On Wall Street at this hour, stocks are lower. This is CBS News.
Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select Steel tools. Shop online at steelusa.com or in-store.
Floods in western Washington turned deadly. The story coming up. But first, KIRO News Radio traffic. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, Heather, this one brought to us by Seattle Sports. In Tiger Mountain, westbound 18, we're shut down still at the I-90 interchange as crews are working to remove a semi slid off the highway up near the summit. Still no estimated time to reopen. Governor Ferguson is holding a briefing on flood updates, including closures, and just said that Highway 2 could remain closed between Skykomish and Leavenworth for the next month. State Route 410 remains blocked just east of Enumclaw. This is sounding like a long-term closure as well. How long? That has not been determined quite yet. Both directions of the Valley Freeway and the West Valley Highway remain closed in the same areas as yesterday. And if you're heading through South Center right now, South 405 is packed between the Valley Freeway and I-5. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Heather Bosch.
It's been a difficult week, and that difficult week has been made more difficult by a loss of life.
Governor Bob Ferguson moments ago. As rivers continue to flood throughout western Washington, there has been a death in Snohomish County. Deputies say a 33-year-old man drove around a road closure sign at Lower Larimer and Marsh Road. The car left the roadway and entered a ditch filled with 6 feet of water. Rescue swimmers pulled the driver from the submerged vehicle. The victim pronounced dead at the scene. A flash flood warning and evacuations in the Pierce County town of Pacific, where there's been a levee breach along the White River. More from KIRO News Radio's James Lynch.
The breach happened about 1:30 Tuesday morning near Butte Road and 3rd Avenue Southeast. Sandfield barriers known as HESCOs, meant to protect the city from flooding on the White River, failed. Some 220 families are affected and subject to a go-now evacuation order.
So now this is brand new for us. This has never happened before.
City and county crews are working to shore up the levee. Those impacted can find shelter at the Pacific Senior Center on 3rd Avenue. In Pacific, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
This comes less than a day after a levee breach along the Green River in Tukwila. John Taylor with King County Natural Resources and Parks.
We are monitoring a number of areas on all of the levees right now where we know there could be issues, and we're going to try to stay ahead of it so we don't have breaches.
They were on the scene when water pushed through a levee along the Green River in Tukwila and were able to make repairs relatively quickly. Investigators say an officer-involved shooting in Bellevue Friday began with an ambush. They say a man made a fake 911 call to lure cops to the Bellevue Transit Center, then attacked them with a knife. Casey McNertney with the King County Prosecutor's Office says one of the officers was slashed across the face.
Anytime you get stabbed in the face, it's life-changing.
Another officer opened fire, wounding the suspect, 38-year-old Mohammed Morey Bangura, who is due in court Thursday. Hyundai and Kia have agreed to pay $9 million to settle a lawsuit brought by 36 states, including Washington. Both automakers sold millions of cars without standard anti-theft technology, leading to a spike in car thefts. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Wet and windy today with highs in the mid-50s. It's 54 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome to the show. Happy Tuesday, December 16th. Jake Skorheim here.
Hey, buddy.
Spike O'Neill singing.
I'm in the mood.
You just feeling holiday-ish?
Yes, I am.
You got holiday senioritis.
I do.
You ready for a Christmas break? I can tell.
I went downstairs.
See it in your face.
Well, our company here, our office, is throwing our week of festivities. They call it this week.
Yeah, Week of Wonder.
Week of Wonder. That's how much I'm paying attention. Week of Wonder. Anyway, there's a potluck downstairs.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and I walked in. It was lovely. Our office manager's down there. Just nothing but cheer.
Oh, what?
Got a Christmas movie on.
So you're just feeling good.
Yeah.
What movie?
One of my all-time favorites.
Which is?
Arthur Christmas, which I told you about last week and you haven't seen yet.
I expect you to say that.
I know. Well, it's
a movie for children.
It is. Well, as we all are at the holiday season.
Sure.
Right? The child in all of us is reawakened.
This is a perfect tease ahead. Great job. I see what you did there. We're going to have this debate later on, and we actually need your suggestions. You can text us, and we'll put together some of these as well on the text line, 888-973-5476. We're going to debate, maybe not debate, we will make our strong arguments for which we think is the premier Christmas movie. A lot of it has to do with what you watched growing up with your family,
yes,
whatever the situation was since you were introduced to the movie. But what is your favorite holiday movie? It's got to be Christmas themed. Can't be Halloween. It's got to be a Christmas movie.
I think the movie Holiday Inn with Bing Crosby, it has every holiday is represented. It's White Christmas is featured in that movie.
Yep.
And a lot of people love that as a holiday movie.
But it's really more, that's a holiday movie. That's not a Christmas movie.
The Easter Parade song is in there.
These
there's
are
a 4th of July song in there.
There's for Lincoln's birthday. This would be something that we would debate and we would shut it down. We'd say, no, that's incorrect. You haven't read the
Next
rules.
contestant, please.
So you guys can text us, 888-973-5476. If you have a suggestion and we think it rises to the level that we will then talk about it, which it probably does.
You might make our list.
Then you'll probably make our list, which means we'll also go to a little work here. It's actually you producing the show. We will go and, at your suggestion, we'll find an audio clip from the show, and then later on, what are we doing this, 2 o'clock? 2 o'clock.
Yeah, 2 o'clock hour sounds
We'll have
good.
this discussion too. And then by the end of this hour, we will have to arrive at some definitive answer of what is the best holiday movie of the season.
And the people get one vote collectively? The highest vote getter from the people will get
whoever's
one vote?
most represented, or whoever Spike and I can argue the best, and maybe we just decide.
Maybe we'll be convinced by someone.
Maybe we will.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're
Open-minded.
open-minded
Yeah, we are.
folks. Yeah. But not too open-minded, as we like to do on the show. We don't want to be too open-minded, because that makes you into an idiot.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into first things first. A lot of stuff to get to. Speaking of, no, just kidding. Luke Ducey joins us right now. Luke Ducey, KIRO Radio news reporter, who's a fantastic guy. He's out in the field, and he joins us. Luke, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me once again. Talking inclement weather.
Where are you at today? You were at the levee breach in the Desimone levee breach yesterday when we spoke. Where are you today?
Down in Tukwila, yeah.
I saw that levee breach yesterday, and then this morning, early, went way up to Skagit County to the Skagit River in Mount Vernon there, and we're waiting for that river to fill. The projections are a little bit off today. We thought that we were going to see the Skagit River reach major flooding levels today, but NOAA has refined that to tomorrow, starting in concrete. And then if you live in that area in the Skagit Valley, whatever happens in concrete with the river, 18 hours later, it happens down in Mount Vernon and Burlington. So I suspect the next 2 days we'll be there with some major flood reports.
It's interesting because it was raining so hard this morning.
Yeah, same in my house too. Yeah.
I thought maybe we were kind of pulling out of it, and then now as I was driving into work today, traffic almost came to a dead stop on my commute between Snohomish and Seattle just because it was raining so hard. Cars up ahead had slowed down.
Not road water, just the downpour?
Yeah, just the downpour.
Wow.
There probably was road water a couple miles ahead. By the time
that wasn't the traffic problem.
I don't know what the traffic problem was. I never saw it, but it ended up just being very, very slow traffic because the rain was just coming in sheets. How much of that are you seeing? Are people worried that that's going to start filling up the? We've seen the water start to recede
by tomorrow, though, right?
But are people thinking that that's going to fill up again? Or you're saying that's by tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, by tomorrow up in concrete for sure. NOAA is predicting, some major flood levels. We're seeing not only standing water all over the road. I mean, yesterday morning was really bad driving on the interstate going up that area. But, I came down from Skagit County after that because we got reports in Snohomish County and it's confirmed now. I mean, we're seeing the first fatality of this flood and this storm that we've had over the last week. Yeah, so I went down to Marsh Road in Snohomish County, which is just a little bit less than a mile off of Highway 9 in this area. This incident happened about 1:30 this morning, just south of the town of Snohomish. And so deputies say that a 33-year-old man drove his car into about 6 feet of water. When rescue crews got there, the car was fully submerged. They performed CPR, and this man was pronounced dead at the scene. But here's the real tragic part. I just got off the phone not too long ago with the sheriff's office, and a spokesperson told me that there was a moment in time where this friend was in the water and knew, or I'm sorry, this man was in the water and was in trouble. So called a friend instead of calling 911. So there was a period of time where, perhaps the water was getting in the car and was rising, but not to the level of maybe, they thought their life was in danger. I don't know. We don't know this, but we know that he called a friend for help. And at some point that friend then called 911, and that's how rescuers got there. Again, they got this person out of the car. The car was fully submerged, but wasn't able to save that person.
That spot too, I have driven. I mean, that's minutes from my house. And that is, if you're not super familiar with the area, Spike, you've probably driven it a dozen times, if not more.
I couldn't tell you how many times I've been on that road.
If you go down Seattle Hill Road, let's say you're heading out to Snohomish, maybe you're heading out to the driving range in the valley there, or maybe you're going, to one of those farms right there, which do holiday things. You might be going into, cross Highway 9 into downtown Snohomish.
We used to host a motorcycle show there every summer.
The airfield, right? Yeah. It's right across the street there. They have these, so you get down Seattle Hill Road. At the base of the road, you can go left. Probably he was going left. And there's these big ditches that they dug. I want to say that they probably dug these sometime after the 1990 flood. There's always been drainage ditches there because it's agricultural land, but they got deep after some of the floods over the last 30 years. And I think they dug those on purpose to help with drainage in just such a situation as this. And I have driven past it 1,000 times. Still, I'm on that road every day. And every time I drive by there, because the roads are turning sharply, every time you drive by, you're kind of like, oh boy, a guardrail right here wouldn't be the worst idea because there's just deep ditches, and how do you get out of it if your car gets stuck in it? The problem here is, though, when you have water covering this area like it is right now, you can't see that those ditches go down an additional 6-7 feet. I mean, there's areas that are even deeper than that, but the area that he was in, you just can't see that it goes down 6 feet. You might even think you're just turning around, or, he got stuck in water. Was there also some speculation that maybe one of the signs indicating that the road was closed had been moved?
Yeah, so I talked with a neighbor, Daniel, who lives right there on the edge of where this happened. He did not wake up during the rescue, but he did say last night around 8 o'clock, there were a bunch of teenagers out there by the road closed signs at Marsh Road, this stretch of Marsh Road, and they were playing around with them. They removed them, they removed the cones, got them out of the way, and they were driving up and down, and so that obviously leads to speculations that if the road signs weren't there, what if this person we just drove on and drove straight into the water? Again, we don't know that happened. I asked the sheriff's office about that. In their reports for that deputies filled out, they said that the first responders had to drive around the sign. So if those teens removed them, someone probably put them back. But you're right, Jake. Like I drove kind of in that area, and we don't know if the car drove straight in, but even if, worse than that, it's almost like it would happen in slow motion, because if you have to turn around, there's no place to take a U-turn. The roads are really narrow right there with those ditches on the side. You've got to do like a 6-point turn. Yeah. And then if you start, you get too close to the edge and you go in, that's 6 feet, 10 feet in, and then you're in the water at this point, because that entire acres and acres of that valley is just covered in water. What's enough to start going in the water and then making a phone call.
We're showing video right now on the website. If you guys are watching, you can watch us live. You can stream us on YouTube. We're also on the KIRO Radio app. Just check us out there. We're watching.
That's the very spot. That is the video that
you took.
Yeah, I took that video, and that is the very spot where it happened. I didn't know it at the time, and I was taking the video. But
what's amazing to me is to think that somebody would get that far in, because if you drive on that road, I assume it's at the turn. Is that where he went into the ditch? Would it be at the turn, or would it be? Did he just decide he got into it a little bit? Probably. It was 1:30 in the morning, right? Did this happen?
Yeah. 1:30.
Okay, so I think the speculation that the signs had been put back. I mean, they must have not been gone, because nobody's going to go back and put the signs back in place. I imagine if the first responders had to drive around them to get in there. So I don't think the teens need to be losing sleep that they caused anybody's death here. Plus, if you're looking where he would have driven, I just can't imagine somebody thinking that they could make any headway in that deep of water.
I think you've nailed it. We're only speculating, of course, but when you try to just turn yourself around, and with the roadway underwater, you don't know where the edges are. And you mentioned those drainage ditches that had been dug for safety reasons. Those are dug so the water doesn't make it to the roadway from the fields.
33-year-old guy. Yeah. I mean, he's Snohomish. We don't know much about him.
Yeah,
33.
Yeah. And it goes so quickly, folks. I mean, this is why we say things like, and we're just repeating what first responders and what everyone else is saying. Don't cross these barriers, because if you slide,
we're losing. Oh, Luke, we're losing you a little bit there. Your phone's cutting out. I'll finish his thought. I know what he's going to say. Don't cross these barriers, especially. I mean, if I think this guy probably was familiar with the area. I imagine he probably thought to himself, "Let's see how deep this water is. This would save me time to take this way." But he probably realized quickly that it was deeper than it looked, and he attempted to. This is speculation, but given where the accident happened, I'm betting he probably did make some sort of a 5-6 point turn, or attempt to at least, not realizing how close he was to that ditch. If he went in sideways, it would be very, very difficult to get out of your doors in a car like that. And I mean, it's just haunting to think that he had time to call his friend, and then his friend is the one who called 911. Luke, are you back with us?
Yeah, I'm back with you. Yeah.
Did his friend happen to say? Did they indicate, or did the sheriff's office indicate how long it was between the friend calling and when the friend got the initial call from the guy who ended up perishing in the ditch?
Not exactly. They did say this, that the first notification came in around 10 after 1 o'clock, and then it was 1:30 where first responders were there and were acting on the scene. So they got there really quickly. So, we're talking about, 20 minutes, 15 minutes.
We don't know. Again, 1:30 at night, it's an odd time to be driving. I'm not saying that he was drinking or anything, but that was one of my earlier thoughts, was this somebody who was impaired and maybe wasn't paying attention, or, wasn't in their full faculties, and that's why you end up getting stuck in your car. Is there any indication of that yet?
Yeah, no, but certainly that's part of the investigation. I was going to mention that too, because I think, everyone's kind of, you think that too, but drugs and alcohol, they're going to test and see if that was a contributing factor to all this, of course.
It's just a horrible story. All right, well, it serves as a great lesson. Be safe out there.
Yeah.
Just because maybe it's not raining right now, it doesn't, and maybe the waters are drawing back a little bit, doesn't mean that the roads are not safe to drive on.
No, they expect, as Luke mentioned, the water that's hitting concrete today, 18 hours later, is going to be down in this valley that you're looking at today.
Yeah, and you heard the news break too, where the Governor Ferguson was saying that Highway 2 road that we were talking about. We showed pictures of this yesterday.
The Tumwater Canyon,
between Skycomish and what's it called?
Leavenworth.
Big old chunk of road just disappeared into the Wenatchee, and now it's getting even bigger and bigger by the day. I mean, that is going to be a nightmare to fix. I don't even know how, and I know they're saying a month, fix it in a month. How do you fix it in a month in the wettest time of the year? This is like the sloppiest, nastiest time of the year.
Yeah, I agree. Assessing the level of damage in so many of our roadways, not just the two.
How can you safely reopen it?
Right.
Let's say you finished it in January, like early January. It's still, that's when you start getting snow. Like, how can you feel safe that road is going to be travelable?
There's a story coming up about the potential avalanche danger.
Yeah.
Because we've got all this saturation, and now we're going to get snow in the mountains. The snow level is going to drop from 8,000 feet today to 2,000 feet tomorrow as a cold front moves in. It's going to be, we're in it. Luke, thank you, buddy.
Luke, appreciate you out there, and stay safe.
Yeah, be safe because it's only going to get worse the next couple days.
All right, thanks, sir. That's Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio reporter. All right, we have a lot more coming up. I want to promote a couple of things so that you can hang out with us and stick around. Next on the show, we're going to kind of get away from some of the natural disasters that we've been heavily focused on these last few days and get to another impending disaster that we're going to talk about, which is
great.
But this one is preventable. I think this is something that
I'd love. Okay.
This is something that I think we can fix. There's a really interesting piece in the New York Times that people should go and read. It's about how kids are not reading books anymore. They're just not doing it. And it's been a few years, Spike, since you have had a kid in lower levels of school. I know you have a college
kid, but that's not a lot of reading involved in where they go to school. Believe it or not, I'm telling you.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
No, I wish I was. There's couple real college classes, but it's a performing arts college.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So,
well, this one would apply to you then as well.
Yeah.
Kids are not reading anymore. And what is that doing to our brains? And then the interesting part about this, and we'll get into this, teachers are complicit in this. And maybe teachers don't have a full say, but I'll widen it. School districts are complicit in this because they are helping kids avoid books by assigning less work, by assigning excerpts from books, not books anymore. They just give excerpts that the kids are supposed to read, because their attention spans are so short. And I'd love to talk a little bit deeper about this and what this means for the future. And there's one critical thing, and I've seen this in my kids. That they are now using non-books to learn.
Okay.
With computers. They have introduced computers at all ages. I'm not going to call it criminal, but it's darn near. Because what it is doing to their little brains, I think, and what a lot of studies are now backing up, I don't think is a right thing for people and for kids going forward in life.
Especially in the developing stage of the elementary school.
Especially when they're 7 years old.
Or through, as you mentioned, high schools.
Or through high school.
Yeah, the brains develop till you're 25, I think.
Yeah, and some of us even longer. But I would love, some of us never.
Never.
But we're going to get into the finer details of this and talk about it, and then personal experience, what they're doing in our state, in Washington State, that I think is a very big mistake, and I'm hoping that they wisen up a little bit.
Let's hear it.
All right, we'll talk about that next. Stick around. We will be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino.
When extreme weather hits Western Washington,
a flash flood warning after a critical levee breaks along.
KIRO News Radio is the first place you turn.
We have team coverage this morning.
Live in Auburn, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Which communities are hit hardest?
Skagit River again going to flood to major levels.
What it means for your commute.
Northbound 167 underwater.
MyNorthwest.com and KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM and the KIRO News Radio app.
Well, folks, with the rainy season upon us, it's time to protect your home now with the help of the pros at Integrity Roofing and Construction. Years of experience in roofing and full restorations. They've got skilled teams delivering exceptional craftsmanship, whether it's a simple roof repair or a full renovation. Integrity offers free estimates, and their customer satisfaction just speaks for itself. Don't wait until the next storm is hitting. Schedule your free estimate today. Call 206-202-ROOF. That's 206-202-ROOF. Or you can visit their website. Lots of great reviews, examples of their wonderful work at integrityrc.com.
What does VA mean to me?
A place for my daughter to call home. Thanks to the VA Home Loan.
A new lease on life. The best healthcare team I've ever had is here at VA.
And education, and the opportunity to open doors I never thought possible with my GI Bill.
The financial support I need to manage the disabilities I developed because of my service.
Get what you earned. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
It's a freezing night, and suddenly your heating dies. A fix could take several days or longer. Don't let this happen to you. If your system's 12 years or older, it's on borrowed time. Upgrade now to a dependable Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning system and keep your family comfortable. Schedule a consultation today at homecomfortalliance.com. For all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, visit homecomfortalliance.com. That's homecomfortalliance.com. And happy holidays to all.
Make this the last holiday season in that old kitchen. Hi, this is Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Our solid wood refacing system delivers a luxurious new kitchen way easier and less expensive than a tear out. You won't believe the difference. Heritage Homecraft's specialty is custom cabinet refacing and quartz countertops. With Heritage Homecraft, custom means built from scratch just for you. Our own craftsmen, not subcontractors, will reface your existing cabinet boxes with 1/4-inch thick solid hardwood and add new custom-built solid hardwood doors. We can make design changes, add cabinets, install custom features, and top it all off with a brand new quartz countertop. With the holidays here, I know everyone's busy, but if you order your new Heritage Homecraft kitchen now for select install dates after the new year, I'll give you 12% off the entire project. Hey, all year long and especially next holiday season, you'll be delighted that you did. Call today, Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
How about a New Year's resolution where the commitment takes just one day and the results can last a lifetime? Address years of hair loss like I did with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment. Using your own natural hair, Advanced Hair can restore your bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning. All backed by Advanced Hair's guarantee. Celebrate the new year with a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who will give it to you straight. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
The real estate market is picking up and you want to sell with the best. You need to work with the Novak team. Mike Novak guarantees to sell your home in 21 days. If not, he'll sell it for free. Go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell it for you. Meet the Novaks Novaks.com.
Storm damage can hit your home hard. Your roof, siding, windows, and even your deck. That's why we're here 24/7 to respond when you need us most. Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors here. From emergency repairs to complete replacements, State Roofing and Exteriors has the team, the skills, and the experience to protect your home after the storm. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Heather Bosch. Proof our highways are taking a pounding from flooding, including Highway 2.
We have no estimated time to open that, and it could take months.
WashDOT's Julie Meredith moments ago. She says State Route 410 between Enumclaw and Greenwater is washed out. In central Washington, 200 feet of US 12 is washed away. It's closed near the town of Natchez. Today, we're learning about our first death from the flooding. It happened in Snohomish County, where KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports.
Here along Marsh Road, south of the town of Snohomish, around 1:30 this morning, rescue teams responded to a 911 call. They found a car fully submerged. They tried to resuscitate the 33-year-old victim, but he died at the scene, deputies say. Devastating for neighbors like Daniel.
No way, that's crazy. That's crazy, and we didn't even expect it, because when they closed the road, they closed it pretty early, like before it even actually flooded.
In Snohomish County, Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
There's been another levee breach, this time along the White River in the city of Pacific. The National Weather Service issued a flash flood warning around 1:30 this morning. There are level 3 get out now evacuation orders for more than 2,000 people near Butte Road and 3rd Avenue Southeast.
There were several helicopters and all the police were here on the megaphones saying, "Get out now." That's when I went into survival mode.
This comes less than a dozen.
We're in for the long haul, and all that water is putting a lot of stress on our infrastructure. And we're seeing that in real time.
Another round of heavy rain is in the forecast before cooler temperatures move in and start turning that into snow in the mountains tomorrow. That should help keep more of the precipitation in the mountains instead of dumping it into the heads of rivers. Video reveals just how powerful these raging rivers can be. You can hear cracking and windows shattering as the Nooksack River dragged a house from its foundation in the Whatcom County town of Deming. The couple that lived inside got out okay. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 244 points. NASDAQ up 54. KIRO News Radio traffic. Here's Nate Connors.
All right, Heather, Seattle Sports with the update. Rain is now soaking most of western Washington. Be sure to slow down, turn those headlights on, and prepare for the possibility of more closures as this day rolls on. As it stands right now, we're monitoring this closure at the I-90-18 interchange. If you're heading to Tiger Mountain, this route is closed right now. Last I heard from WashDOT, it's still closed to allow crews to remove a semi that slid off the highway near the summit. However, I am seeing drivers using that exit on our cameras. So if you happen to know what the scoop is, send us a text and let us know. The update on Highway 2 is not good at all. As we just learned from Heather, that 50-mile section between Skykomish and Leavenworth will remain closed for months. State Route 410 remains blocked just east of Enumclaw. This is also sounding like a long-term closure. On the commute right now, South 405, you're packed from State Route 167 to I-5 along South Center, and South 5 into Seattle slows from Northgate into the U District. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic, I'm Nate Connors.
This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Wet and windy today with highs in the mid-50s. It's 56 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Was it our holiday brunch or whatever they're doing?
Potluck.
Yeah. I just had some, I don't know if this is a good mix, actually. I had some sort of a chickpea blended thing. It was very spicy.
Okay, that was the turnip soup.
Turnip
right?
soup. I liked it.
That was wonderful, yeah.
I don't like spicy foods.
Chickpeas were spicy. That was an add-on.
It was an add-on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind
in
of
hindsight, you may want to,
Very tasty.
Okay.
I like it a lot. I like spicy foods. I just can't enjoy them too much because my body doesn't want to hold on to them. And then also there's a good baked ziti down there, which is nice.
I did dive into that.
That's very good.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, it's very tasty.
Top it off with a cupcake?
No, I denied myself a cupcake.
It's the season. I noticed you skipped the salad.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
I've been eating like a pig. Do you do this in the holidays? I mean, everybody kind of does, but
I'm a grazer.
Do you really allow yourself to?
Professional level grazer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I go full on. It's why the health industry looks forward to January.
Oh yeah, because you get more people who are
almost as much as they look forward to February.
What's in February?
When everybody stops coming. In January is the largest push toward memberships of health clubs, health facilities.
Oh, that makes
exercise.
sense. New Year's resolutions.
Resolution. Time to get in shape. I like everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
splurged in the holidays, indulged, dove into the festive nature of the season.
Yeah.
And then comes February, where people give up on their commitments and stop going, even though you've signed a commitment to that club.
Yeah.
They make so much money in February, March. No one's in there. It's
What's
empty.
the longest you've ever been a member of a gym? This is a fun question for the audience, too. 888-973-5476. Then we'll get to our actual topic here. What's the longest you've ever been a member of a gym and paid monthly without attending? Do you have an answer?
Probably I may have made it to May.
8 months.
8 months to you?
I went 8 months.
Good for you.
This was
You
ridiculous.
might hold the record.
I was going to a gym, and this is early in my marriage where I was still trying to pretend to my wife that I was a fit person.
Same here. I was listening to her.
Yes.
You need to take care of yourself.
She went.
We got kids, she said.
Well, I didn't have kids at the time.
I too. We're going to need you, she said.
It was like $63 a month, and I paid it for 8 months. What a dumb, stupid thing. And I remember calling the gym at one point, and I threatened them to leave. I said, I'm going to leave if you guys don't.
Go ahead.
Pause my account or
Stop
something.
coming.
And I
We don't
was
care.
like, can you guys just shut my account? I was like, I don't want to leave you, but I don't want to keep paying for you because I don't go there.
Yeah.
And I said, so can you please just pause my account? And they said, no, we won't do that. And I said, well, I'm going to go then. And they said, okay.
Threaten me.
And I left. Last time I've been to a gym. That was 15 years ago.
Bitter memory. Bitter memory.
I can do push-ups at home. All right. This story, did you have an answer for how long? Did you already say?
I think I might have made it to May.
To May, you
If I'm
said.
being, and I may be fudging my memory. It may have been March or April.
Okay.
It was a month that started with M. I'm hoping it was May.
I'll tell you what though. If anybody's watching on the webcam, you look great.
Oh, you're sweet.
You look very nice.
Oh,
You don't need to work out.
that's kind of you. That's
No.
why we put the TV set so all you see is my head.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you've got your head looks great. I'll say that.
I have a well-shaven head.
According to the video, your head looks great. I saw this piece in the New York Times. I thought it was really interesting because I have seen this firsthand in my own household. Basically, the piece is talking about how kids don't read books anymore, and now kids are not able to read.
The Derek Zoolander Center for Kids Who Can't Read Good.
What is this?
A center for ants.
By the building.
Perfect. Just perfect. So what they're realizing is back in the day when you were in school, as when I was in school, computers were around and they were part of the education system, but it was usually like a specific class. You would go and do a class that required research. You would go to do whatever. It wasn't ubiquitous that you carried with you all the time. It wasn't a thing that you had in your backpack. It wasn't a thing that you were assigned homework on. You were given books for that. And my college experience was the same. Everybody I knew in college, they had a laptop that they worked on for homework and writing papers and things like that. But you also had to spend unbelievable amounts of money on these massive books.
Oh, you bet.
That you would never get the value of back.
You get some trade-in value for used books when you sent them back. You swapped them out.
That's a racket, by the way.
Oh,
Total
yeah.
racket.
Oh, yeah.
They issue the same book. They issue a new edition every single year, and they require the new edition, and it's $120 a book, and we'll give you 5% back on that if you want to trade it. Baloney. Ridiculous. All right. So what they're doing, though, what the New York Times highlights what educators are now doing is they have realized that kids have very, very short attention spans because of social media and TikTok and the things that they're watching. A new study just came out, by the way, that shows that high school age teenage girls are spending 7+ hours a day on TikTok. 7+ a day, which is up from 5 hours just last year. So
frightening. It's a frightening number.
What else are you doing with your day? I don't have 7 hours in the day extra.
When you first told me that kids aren't reading anymore, kids aren't being assigned reading time anymore.
They're not even being asked to read.
They're not even asked to because I think, and my first thought was, well, they're being pulled in so many different directions. Their attention span is so short. And I've said this many times jokingly, but I do blame MTV. We started watching all news in 3-minute increments, all music in 3-minute increments.
You blame MTV?
That's when I think.
What year is it?
Well, you said every kid had a computer in their class. Dude, look who you're talking to.
No, I understand, but like the kids...
I never saw a computer in any of my education until I went back to college in my 50s. The first time I had any digital education element in my life.
I see what you're saying. You're saying that is where the road diverged.
Yeah, diverged to our attention span being shortened as culturally.
I could buy into that.
News bites.
But kids
videos,
today don't know what MTV is.
Kids today don't know.
Laura, did you know what MTV is?
Yeah, and of course I know what MTV is.
It's where all those reality shows
Did you watch
are,
MTV?
Right?
What was MTV when you were a kid?
I mean, we only really had like basic cable, PBS, and
when you were at your friend's house, what was MTV? It was just reality shows.
It was
probably?
all the reality shows.
Okay.
Yeah. It was not music videos.
It wasn't Dire Straits and the Bangles.
Okay, so yes, MTV did change the way
culturally shorten our
teenagers.
Attention span.
Okay,
and that was 3 minutes. Now it's down to 45 seconds if we're lucky.
It's nothing.
Teachers, you trying to get a kid to sit down and read a book?
Yeah.
How can teachers be? I mean, teachers, they know it's an impossible ask.
Well, it's not an impossible ask. I feel like they're giving up on the fight. Who else is going to require it of them? Like, where else in your life, other than with your parents? And I hope that kids are reading with their parents. Sure. I hope kids are not sitting down and scrolling videos with your parents.
Not with your all sitting around the table, not talking to each other, scrolling their phone. I wish that weren't the case.
If there wasn't a more depressing thought than you sitting around with your kids scrolling through videos,
all sitting
together,
in the
like
same
some
room.
Dystopian, hellish Norman Rockwell thing.
I have to tell you,
it's like in the future, everybody just sits around, and scrolls at videos, and stares.
I wouldn't want to admit it, but I would. It's safe to say we've probably done that in my house once or twice. Not on a regular basis.
Not on a regular basis.
But
it doesn't replace reading.
It doesn't. Well, I was never a fast reader. I love to read.
Were you one of those Derek Zoolander kids who can't read good?
Could read other things good. I was not a fast reader. I was a very laborious reader.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't read quickly. I have great comprehension. I know my vernacular is...
It sticks.
And retention. Yeah, I got it all, but I just did not read quickly. I was not a fast reader. So books were hard for me. But that's all we had. That was the assignments we were given. Everything came out of a book when I was a kid. I never had technology in my education.
Yeah. There's no audio books. I mean, there probably was, but it wasn't
we weren't
used like it
them.
is today.
Yeah. When I went back to school in my 50s, I went back to college, and all my textbooks were digital. I couldn't do it. I had to have I could, but for me, it was give me a hardbound book.
Yeah.
Give me a hardback book, and I can scan page to page. Not flipping through screen after screen after screen. I got lost.
What they're doing now, which drives me crazy, and I would love for some teachers to text in and tell me why you think this is a good idea.
Can we continue this conversation? Because
I
want to know what are teachers doing?
Yes.
And you said there's a way out of this.
I don't blame teachers for this. In a way, I do blame teachers for this because I don't think that they're making their voices heard in a way that they could with their administrators.
They're the only ones with the power to do so.
Well, it's parents. Yeah. Parents as well. Parents also are complicit if you're not saying something. But we should talk. Let's talk about it next.
Okay.
Because I
want to know more about
this. Got a real problem with this. Big problem. All right. We will be right back. Stick around.
Thank you to all of our great KIRO News Radio listeners.
This is the moment.
For making the 37th year of Holiday Magic our biggest one yet.
It is a celebration that benefits Treehouse.
Thanks to your generosity and the important work of Treehouse, kids in foster care will have the holiday they wished for.
We ask you to give. You do. You always come through.
You can...
John Curley here. As humans, we value things that last. Local businesses, long-term relationships, people who have been in the community for years. That's Madrona Financial and CPAs. For decades, they've been serving Washingtonians, and what makes them different? They combine taxes and investments under one roof. Most firms do one or the other, but not both. Taxes are often your biggest retirement expense, bigger than travel or healthcare. Yet most never get a clear look at how taxes and investments fit together. That's why Madrona offers the Madrona Analysis. It's an easy-to-understand review of your retirement picture, income, taxes, investments, all working together in one coordinated plan. Best of all, it's conversational. You'll talk with someone who explains it all in plain English. Discover hidden tax traps, see if your portfolio matches income needs, and learn steps to retire with confidence. Call 833-673-7373 for your complimentary Madrona Analysis. Madrona Financial and CPAs, local, trusted, and here to put the whole picture together.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Our country is held together by small businesses. That's a fact. It's also a fact that 9 out of 10 of those small businesses will fail. Why? Because it's hard, really hard to build a profitable business from the ground up today. Pure Talk knows that. They started as a small American wireless company determined to keep their customer service in this country. It worked. And today, Pure Talk is determined to help other small businesses prosper by offering them the same white glove service the big guys get. Same service, same 5G network at a truly affordable price. Pure Talk is focused on businesses that employ welders and roofers, electricians, plumbers, HVAC techs, the people who keep the lights on. If that sounds like your business, give Pure Talk Business a try and see just how much you could save. Dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wire.
I can tell you something, Nick. I have really noticed a difference in your energy level since you started going to the Longevity Medical Clinic.
And you know why?
Why?
Because they actually balanced my hormone levels. And when they do that, the largest change I noticed was that now I could sleep.
And then not only get more sleep, to just get more energy, right?
Right. So that all of a sudden that resulted in me, I started running again and doing all these things that I felt so fatigued throughout the day that I couldn't do anymore.
Okay, so at this point, do you want to apologize to me? Because I was always saying to you, every time you say, I don't sleep, I don't feel well, I feel kind of off, I go, well, you need to get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. And you're always like, blah, 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 blah.
I know. But now it's turned into something fun that we get to go in together.
So I need to hear, you were right.
You were right.
You were right. I should have gone to Longevity Medical Clinic.
I should have.
There we go. Fine.
Yes.
You know the right thing to do. Get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. Take the free health analysis at lmclinic.com.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. You know us. We're the heating and air conditioning company with the big colorful logo and the recognizable trucks you see all over Western Washington. You know us as the company that believes in the good we're doing and the impact home comfort has on your personal happiness. In its 3rd generation, our family-owned business has been improving the lives of our customers every day since 1957. Call the experts in installation, service, and repair. Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Your family's comfort is our family's business.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
Have you tried the dining district at the Bellevue Collection? Grab lunch with friends, meet up for happy hour, and stay for dinner and beyond. You can sample international flavors and local favorites from talented chefs. Try a new cocktail on a rooftop bar or watch the game with friends and explore the lively nightlife scene. The Dining District at the Bellevue Collection, where your taste adventure begins. Learn more at bellevuecollection.com/dining district.
All right, welcome back to the show. We are talking, if you guys didn't catch the first kids' schooling, which kind of scares me. They don't require kids to read in the same way that they used to.
Right.
That shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. I feel like standards always seem to get less and less as time goes on. The things that we used to expect of students were way, way higher. Do you remember just like, what was it, 5-6 months ago, we did that thing where we took an 8th grade, remember that 8th grade exam that we all took on the show?
Oh, yeah.
Really tough questions, like very, very difficult things. Not only do they expect you to know all these things in order to graduate.
And get into high school.
And get into high school, you also needed to do it on paper with a pencil. And you needed to have it in your brain, which means you needed to go find it in a book somewhere because they didn't have computers back then.
Well, we talked about the technological impact on kids reading and being assigned reading by teachers.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading into this article that you brought in from the New York Times, and I don't know if there's an economic... I think it's an economic decision by a lot of school districts in so much that you said we used to get books, right? It's so much more affordable for a school district to buy digital copies of texts than it is to buy 5,000 textbooks.
Ask me how much I care about schools complaining about money.
Well, wait a minute.
Zero.
We're always talking about how to be more efficient, effective with our dollars for education.
Yes.
But I think the fact that kids are being assigned digital versions of books is an economic reality that school districts aren't going to be coming back from.
I respectfully disagree.
I don't know what the answer is.
How could they afford it in the past and they can't afford it now?
Every aspect of education has gotten more expensive, whether it's facilities,
it's also gotten
maintenance.
way more funding now.
Yeah, I'm with you.
We fund them percentage-wise way more than we used to. McCleary decision, Washington State, they get way more funding than they did even 10 years ago.
I hope you're right. I would love to see a return to hard books, to real reading, to being assigned books. This article talks about how colleges don't even expect kids to read whole books anymore.
No.
They want to teach you excerpts of books.
Yes.
And then read a brief portion of this book.
And then write a short essay.
Write a brief essay about the one chapter you managed to read.
Yes. That's just... Or you can raise the standards, or you can just expect more of people.
Right.
Kids always rise to the level that you expect them to.
Or fall to. You're right. You're spot on.
It's just ridiculous. And the argument that it's about, I'm not saying you're making it. They're making it. They're saying, well, we just don't have the money to do it. Yeah, right. Do you know how much money we pay for everything in our schools in Washington State?
Should come with a book. That's all we're saying.
You can find them all in the book. In fact, if you'd like to know some of these details, you can check out fiscalwall.gov.
Actually, take a look. It's in a book.
That is a website, actually. Yeah. It's not in a book. It's a website, but they keep it updated. The highest paid superintendent in Washington State makes $545,618 a year. I don't even want to say their name because I find it so shamefully high salary-wise. More than $500,000 a year. That person's out of money as well. So the idea that they don't have the finances to afford books for the kids is, I think, a non-starter, is an argument for me.
I love this one stat. It says a 2024 survey of English teachers found that they assigned, on average, 2.7 whole books per year.
Yeah.
0.7.
2.7.
I thought that was funny.
And kids are reading 0.5 of those books.
But most teachers, on average, assign a couple of full books to be read per year.
Yeah.
Almost 3 on average. Is that enough? And I didn't realize it was that much. I didn't think the kids were getting any full book assignments anymore. I'm glad they are.
It's interesting because the list of the books that they ask kids to read, I mean, it's always the same. There's a bunch of classics, and at some point they're going to ask you to read Shakespeare and all these different things, which has its value. I'm not taking anything away from that.
And learning how to get what the writer is trying to convey through his writing, those are great.
Yes, learning how to read texts that are challenging. Yeah. It's a wonderful thing. It's a good thing.
Critical thinking skills, the things we hope teachers will teach.
But for young kids, the thing that bugs me is I am watching as my own kids, and this is statewide. They do this statewide. As you are seeing more and more schools fold personal computers into the child's learning. So they're having every single kid assigned a laptop. Usually it's by a very well-thinking, very, very savvy company that is trying to make long-term users of those kids and introducing products that those kids then get used to all the different things that those things do.
That's how they interact with the world.
And then they become lifelong users.
Yep, you're right.
And they give it to them at a great discount. So they're probably using the idea that you were just suggesting that it's all based on economics. They're saying, well, we can get a company who's willing to come in here and give these free books, these free laptops or whatever.
Right? We just write a licensing fee to the publisher and we're done.
Yes.
Right? For 5,000 kids.
How could we not do that? And the problem is that you're now having kids who can't read books.
Right.
Now,
tablets.
Yes, they're going to be using computers a lot in their lifetime. But they're still going to be able to use computers even if they learn to read on books. But the other way around is not playing out. If you're learning only to read on computers, the comprehension required to stare at a book and the muscle that you're working out in your brain it's not working the same way. And that's hurting those kids in the long term. And you and I didn't have to grow up like that, and these kids now are having to figure out how to meet that deficit sometime later on, and that's a scary thought for me.
We got some amazing texts we'll bring at the end of the show today. We'll read these back to you.
We'll get those.
If you have thoughts on your kid's future, text us.
Text us. All right, we'll be right back.
The Northwest's trusted news source.
We're learning that it was two brothers who were fatally shot in Lacey.
KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio's James Lynn.
Experienced voices you trust.
A fierce budget fight is coming down to the wire.
Coverage you can depend on.
King County's $20 billion budget.
KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM, the app, YouTube, and your smart speaker.
How about a New Year's resolution where the commitment takes just one day and the results can last a lifetime? Address years of hair loss like I did with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment. Using your own natural hair, Advanced Hair can restore your bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning. All backed by Advanced Hair's guarantee. Celebrate the new year with a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done. With precision and without shortcuts. Makita tools are built the same way, with a dedication to lasting quality, trusted performance, and results that reward your effort year after year. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Plumbing. How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain, or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
$83, or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope. Included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
$83, or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
$83, or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
$83, or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. We're hearing from authorities in Los Angeles this hour on the case involving director Rob Reiner's son. He was not medically cleared today for a court appearance in connection with the deaths of his parents. CBS's Adam Yamaguchi.
Police have been pretty tight-lipped about what they know, but we are expecting them to present their case to the district attorney, and the DA's office has until tomorrow to file formal charges.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and Secretary of State Marco Rubio briefed lawmakers today on the strikes on alleged drug boats. CBS's Nicole Killian reports.
There will be yet another briefing tomorrow here on Capitol Hill, this time with Admiral Frank Bradley, who has been here to the Hill before, but who oversaw that controversial September 2nd boat strike. He is expected to brief members of the House and Senate Armed Services Committee, where those committee members are potentially expected to see that video in question.
The White House is pushing back against a Vanity Fair article about Chief of Staff Susie Wiles. Linda Kenyon has that.
For starters, the Vanity Fair article quotes Susie Wiles as critical of Attorney General Pam Bondi's handling of the Epstein case and describes Vice President J.D. Vance as a conspiracy theorist.
Sometimes I am a conspiracy theorist, but I only believe in the conspiracy theories that are true.
Speaking in Allentown, Pennsylvania, Vance defended Wiles.
I've never seen her be disloyal to the President of the United States, and that makes her the best White House Chief of Staff.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt also defended Susie Wiles. Words were taken out of context. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, the White House.
President Trump said today he will address the nation tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern. He will also be traveling to Delaware for the dignified transfer of 2 Iowa National Guard members who were killed in Syria. A settlement today in a long-standing lawsuit against Hyundai and Kia over vehicles that became a favorite target of thieves. Jeff Gilbert reports.
The Korean car makers have agreed to add anti-theft hardware to millions of vehicles that became theft targets as part of an online challenge. That's in addition to software updates that had already been issued. Also part of the deal, monetary compensation for the states involved and the consumers impacted by the thefts.
Employers added 64,000 jobs in November. That was better than economists expected, though the unemployment rate in November rose to 4.6%, and that's the highest level since September of 2021. On Wall Street, stocks finished mixed. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
A rare local blizzard warning. The story coming up at first. KIRO Newsradio Traffic. Here's Nate Connors.
Thanks, Heather. Tiger Mountain, we've got someone who just texted in to confirm that westbound 18 remains closed at the I-90 interchange because crews are working to clear a semi that slid off the highway this morning up near the summit. No estimated time to reopen, but we're a good hour or so into this closure. The update on Highway 2 is not good between Skycomish and Leavenworth. It will continue to be closed for at least the next couple months. State Route 410 remains blocked just east of Enumclaw. This is sounding like a long-term closure as well. We don't have a confirmation of how long quite yet. And both directions of the Valley Freeway and the West Valley Highway remain closed between Kent and Auburn. Still no estimated time to reopen either one. As far as the main commute goes, we've got a disabled vehicle, North 5 mid-span on the Ship Canal Bridge, and you're backed up to Mercer. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, breaking news.
Good afternoon, I'm Heather Bosch. A winter storm warning for the Cascades and Olympic Mountains has been upgraded to a blizzard warning from about 2 a.m. to noon tomorrow. 10 to 20 inches of snow are possible. Expect windy weather and poor visibility. This comes after a relentless series of storms and major flooding along several western Washington rivers. Governor Bob Ferguson.
It's been a difficult week, and that difficult week has been made more difficult by a loss of life.
In Snohomish County, deputies say a 33-year-old man drove around a road closure sign at Lowell, Larimer, and Marsh Roads last night. The car ended up in a ditch filled with 6 feet of water. Rescue swimmers pulled the driver from the submerged vehicle, but he died. The floods have taken a high toll on roads and freeways. WashDOT's Julie Meredith says Highway 2 is closed between Skycomish and Leavenworth, and
we have no estimated time to open that, and it could take months.
State Route 410 between Enumclaw and Greenwater is washed out. In central Washington, 200 feet of US 12 has washed away. It's closed near the town of Natchez. There's been another levee breach, this time along the White River in the Pierce County town of Pacific.
The breach led to a Level 3 go-now evacuation order for around 220 families near Butte Road and 3rd Avenue Southeast. Emergency management officials say a HESCO barrier made of huge sandbags failed. The National Weather Service issued a flash flood warning, and people in the area were urged to move to higher ground.
We live about 2 blocks north of this, so I'm hoping and praying we'll be okay.
In Pacific, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
A similar breach along the Green River in Tukwila prompted a flash flood warning and evacuations yesterday. That levee has been repaired. Area levees meant to hold back floodwaters are under a great deal of stress right now. John Taylor with King County Natural Resources and Parks.
It's not typical to have these levees have this much water behind them for this long. And so they're getting saturated, and they're starting to show the effects of that, which is why we're paying close attention to them.
This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Wet and windy today with highs in the mid-50s. It's 57 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO Newsradio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
All right, welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Lots of stuff to get to. Next hour, this is going to be fun. You guys are already texting in. You have a lot of great suggestions, which we do appreciate. 888-973-5476. Next hour, we thought it would be fun. Given the holiday season is upon us, 9 days until the big one, we are going to be talking about Christmas movies. And we're going to try to make arguments for which we think is the best Christmas movie overall. Now, it could be for whatever reason. You mentioned Arthur Christmas earlier.
Not my favorite, but I love it.
Well, yeah,
right?
but you could have a passionate argument for why Arthur Christmas is the best Christmas movie.
Oh, I will make that argument. I will make that argument.
I don't want you. I'm not trying to back you in a corner about Arthur.
I can.
We both know you can't. But I'm sure you do have a movie that you actually legitimately love and feel like is the top tier of Christmas movies.
Without having to think.
Even in a second. You just know it. Okay. So we're going to do that at 2 o'clock, and we're going to have audio from those movies that we will use to support our arguments, and also from you guys on the text line, AAA. Topic about kids not reading anymore, and just what I'm seeing with my own kids' education in Washington State, the things that they're prioritizing, how they're asking kids to learn, what they're assigning them. And we got a ton of text messages from this, so I thought maybe a little later we'll try to read some of those as well. So stay tuned for that. Okay. Let's start with some stuff here that we should get to. We were going to talk about this, Spike, today. It's a very interesting... I'm on the wrong thing here. Here it is. Okay, that was why it was confusing me. Did you see, Spike, as soon as I get to the top of the 1 o'clock hour...
Which one you want to go to? I did see it.
Here. There's this case happening in Seattle. I'm interested in your take on this. Do you remember the CHOP zone in Seattle?
Of course. Yeah, one of the I want to say darkest days in Seattle history.
I would say a very dark time in Seattle.
Probably the greatest example of horrible civil policy.
Capitol Hill Organized Protest is what it stood for.
Yes.
It was called CHOP, the CHOP zone. Basically what it meant was there was no law enforcement in that area.
That was when the Eastern Precinct, if I'm not mistaken, surrendered. They They vacated the precinct.
Oh, that was a surrender.
Well,
you said it, and you were correct.
Well, but the choppers didn't, and I call them choppers, I hope that's a term of endearment, they didn't occupy and overtake the building, right? The police department just, they
totally went into the building.
I thought the choppers went in. I thought the building was...
I thought they went in and vandalized the building.
Well,
I don't know that they moved into the headquarters.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't go in there and make, this is now our headquarters. This is City Hall for a CHOP. This was... Because the building was cordoned off.
This is a perfect way to get into this conversation because I do think the city surrendered that area.
Fair enough.
To these protesters.
We're talking about semantics at this point.
I think that's the reason that they walked away. They said, "Hey, we're not going to challenge you."
And that was it. It was trying to de-escalate. That was their stated goal, was to de-escalate against a group that was agitated and spoiling for a fight.
And again, this is in the summer of love, right? This is when everybody was just loving.
Ironically enough.
Okay, so there's a case happening right now in the city of Seattle. There's a wrongful death lawsuit that has been filed against the city of Seattle by the father of a teenager. He was 16, Antonio Mays Jr., who was from California but drove up. He wanted to be part of it. He wanted to, be part of it was on the news all the time. This was like national news that this had happened. So he drives up from California, if I have that correctly, right? Wasn't he from California? He drives up from California. He's with a friend. They're in the chop zone, and they are in a white Jeep. And there is some disputed eyewitness accounts about what they were doing in the Jeep. Who owned the Jeep? Was it a stolen Jeep? Was it not a stolen Jeep? Who was driving the Jeep at the time? But the conclusion of this horrible story, shot 8 times, including once in the head.
And these were by the, I'm using air quotes, security force?
He was killed by the
volunteer security
CHOP
force?
security force. Yeah.
Right.
Eyewitnesses say that Mays and West, this is from the Seattle Times-Piece, were shot by people serving as CHOP's volunteer security force who saw the Jeep as a threat. So they shoot him 8 times.
They said it was driving erratically through the park, through Cal Anderson, right?
Again, these are all claims.
Yeah,
we can't. None of these are verifiable.
Yeah, correct.
Which is why they're having this case right now happen. This actual trial, which is happening right now, and the city of Seattle is defending itself, and they're basically saying, we bear no responsibility in any civil lawsuit that is being brought upon us by this person's father, this Antonio Mays Jr., who was killed, because we are making the argument that he was committing a felony at the time, which would be stealing a vehicle, Grand Theft Auto. So that's a felony. And if you're committing a felony based on the laws that we have in Washington state, then the city of Seattle would bear no responsibility against somebody for somebody's actions while they were in the middle of a felony.
Correct. That's the city's legal argument.
So the city's making that argument. So the question that you and I get to figure out here is whether or not we believe the city is right, or do they bear some responsibility in this child's, I mean, he's a teenager, but he's a child, 16, this child's death. Do you want to start and discuss why you think they are or are not responsible?
I'm no legal mind. Don't
undercut yourself.
Thank you.
We've had a lot of disagreements. I think you're very good.
Thank you very much. I think the city, when it surrenders this community, this area, to a group of protesters, allowing a so-called, quote, security force, an armed security force, to then occupy and claim jurisdiction and security capabilities over this area.
Yeah,
I think the city is at fault here. I think the city surrendering this zone created the atmosphere. Whatever this kid was doing, whether he was breaking the law in a stolen Jeep, creating havoc, whatever it might be.
Which, again, is all disputed.
All this stuff. Yeah. Again, there's going to be strong legal arguments made on both sides. That's why it's in a court of law.
Yeah. And the city has to defend themselves.
They don't have to.
They don't want to pay out. It would be a large civil suit. They would probably be for millions of dollars.
There's a responsibility to the taxpayers of Seattle that the city defend itself in court against what they feel is an unwarranted and unjust legal case.
Yeah.
I don't think the city wins here. I think the city loses here. I think surrendering CHOP was the flawed foundation with which the entire situation is resting upon.
I could not agree with you more.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, I think you and I don't have a disagreement here.
Yeah.
This totally feels open and shut to me. It feels like when the city walks away and creates a zone and first responder safety, because that's one of the points of contention here. He gets shot. Now, he was shot 8 times and once in the head, so who knows to the extent to which he could have even survived the injuries.
That's a fair point.
Had he gotten medical attention quickly. But he did not get it quickly because police would not go into the area, according to the stories that I'm reading, Seattle Times. There's some dispute about how quickly he received medical care. So he is being driven, right after this incident happens, he's being chased around, according to eyewitnesses and video, he's being chased around by a silver Nissan Pathfinder, I believe. And he's in a white Jeep. There's another vehicle, a silver Nissan Pathfinder. I guess that's presumably what the
security
force chose to drive.
Yeah.
Firing at him in this white Jeep. He gets hit 8 times. The vehicle then that was responsible, according to the story, for firing the bullets at him is also the vehicle that's trying to go and now get him to some sort of medical care. Because they realize, oh, wow, look what we've just done. So they're trying to flag down public officials, police. This happened right outside the East Precinct, by the way.
Yeah.
So had police been there, they would have had very quick first responder response. Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah, agree completely. But I would go even further. If the police precinct isn't surrendered,
you're right. Yeah.
This silver Pathfinder isn't in charge of making a life and death
shooting
decision.
Bullets.
Right.
100%. You're totally right.
Well, here's the problem with the case, though. I mean, clearly the fault, to me, the party at fault here is the security force in the Pathfinder. But where do you go for restitutions to them?
So here's what's interesting about that. That's what the city is claiming. The city is claiming
so
they
it's
have
not
this,
us. These are the guys that shot him. Right.
And yet there have been no charges. This case remains unsolved 5 years later. Now there's footage that's happened that they're using in the case of the aftermath of this, and presumably you're seeing people there, and presumably you're seeing a vehicle there. Now, were both of those vehicles stolen? I have no idea.
Right.
They've made 0 arrests. This is from the Seattle Times piece. The killing remains unsolved more than 5 years later. Unless Seattle police identify and charge a suspect, the civil trial may be the only public airing of the facts surrounding Antonio Jr.'s death.
And I think that's probably due in large part to, if you've got multiple people inside a vehicle, you don't know who is firing these fatal shots. That's where the problem of who's at fault here or who's criminally liable here.
To me, it all goes back to the great point that you made, which is that if you had a police force in the area, they would make an arrest on somebody who fires out of a vehicle and shoots somebody 8 times, once in the head.
The decision to surrender in an effort to de-escalate is a horrible decision.
And why were no arrests made? Once they knew that somebody was lying there dying, there was calls made, there was reports made. Police would not go into the area for fear of their own life. At one point, the silver Nissan, who was responsible apparently for the shooting of this young man, is driving with him toward an ambulance outside of the chop zone, and the ambulance is driving away because they're afraid for their lives because there's a person hanging on top of the vehicle, which I don't know if that's part of their security force decision, but whatever. They know that there's a vehicle that bullets have just been flying out of. So the ambulance of people who are just working their jobs, first responders. They don't want anything to do with somebody who's flying at them who's just fired bullets.
I think it's a fair decision for them to make. I do.
I would do the same thing. Your job is to do your job, but also to go home to your family. And if you have a car that's flying at you that just was shooting at another car, you're probably going to get out of the way. So this kid, I don't think there's any debate about whether or not he received care in a timely manner. He clearly did not.
Yeah. And to your point, eight shots, one to the head. There's
also a first
time
security
wasn't
force.
the factor here.
8 shots, 7 in the body, 1 in the head. Come on.
For reckless driving?
For what?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. For what?
Imagine this wasn't a CHOP security force. If this was a law enforcement, official law enforcement agency,
you better
that shot
believe
somebody
there
8
would be
times.
an investigation
You bet
into
there
this.
would, and there would be excessive force claims used or levied against.
We would at least know. We would at least know who did the firing.
Yeah.
Who shot those bullets? They don't even have a suspect, which means it's somebody who murdered a 16-year-old in the CHOP zone because of the city's negligence. I believe that's my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree. Wholeheartedly.
And so I think they're open to a massive lawsuit here. And I hope that they have to pay out dearly because this is a stain on Seattle's history.
It's just, again, from a period of horrible decision-making by people we are, all of us are glad are no longer in the roles they held at the time, from the mayor to the chief of police, best, all of them.
Yeah.
Gone. And the foundational reason why. Because decisions like this that put our city in this situation, put this family, May's family in that situation.
I would say this, though. I understand the city's responsibility to defend themselves. I also think in a weird way they're doing themselves kind of a disservice by making these arguments, trying to defend a very indefensible time in the city's history.
Yeah.
And saying well, this kid he's really the guilty one. He's the one who was doing wrong. He was committing a felony. What about all the laws that you didn't obey and follow? Aren't you responsible to keep the city safe? Isn't that your job?
Yeah.
Isn't that why you collect money and we pay you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ugh, makes me sick.
Well, they got to find any legal avenue they can pursue to try to protect the city's coffers. That's why they're doing this.
You know what they should do?
It's not about to protect the city's image because the city's image is getting dragged through the mud again.
They should pay this kid's family, and they should say sorry and say we were wrong. And I wouldn't have any problem with it. One, I'm not a taxpayer in Seattle, so it's no skin off my nose. But there's other people out there who probably...
That's a great question. Does the city benefit better from just paying this, admitting fault, and learning from our mistake, or to fight this in court trying to save some money?
Probably
What's
every
a better
lawyer. Again, you and I aren't lawyers. Every lawyer listening right now is like, you guys are idiots. Like, you never admit fault, ever.
But my question is not about winning the case. It's about what's in the best long-term interest of the city.
It's a good question.
To save some money in this particular lawsuit, or to admit that you had horrible people making horrible decisions, and the city's a better place now, having learned from it and moved on.
And in this case, they don't even have to eat crow, because they could just say, listen, there was other people in leadership that we obviously didn't agree with, which is why we have the jobs now, and they were wrong, and we're happy to admit that they were wrong.
Yeah, and we've learned, and we're not going to make the same mistake again.
And we've learned, yeah, absolutely. All right, speaking of learning and not making the same mistake again, this story, I feel like we've seen this many, many times. Did you see this horrible story? I was so depressed when I was reading about this, but I do feel like it's important to mention that traffic incident that happened on 167 between a truck driver. And so you have a truck driver who's an illegal immigrant to the country, came here legally, according to all these stories that I've read, in 2023, released into the United States after trying to cross illegally in Arizona. Somewhere along the line, he gets a CDL and starts driving these big rigs, which I always assumed when I was young that these were the most capable drivers. And the drivers that I know, I have friends, good friends. I'm going to read a text from in just a second because I asked him about this. Good friends who drive trucks for a living. These guys are professionals, and they go through a lot of effort to make sure that they know everything about road safety.
You bet.
And they should. When I was growing up, the motto was, well, they're always the safest drivers on the road, truckers. Stay out of their way. They got big vehicles, but they're always the safest drivers on the road. I'm not feeling that way anymore.
You shouldn't feel that way anymore.
And I'm worried about it.
Given the information we've seen in the last couple of months, where there's been more than that even, but seems there's just been a slew lately. There was a study a couple of weeks ago, a news story came out that 40% of Americans' trucking schools are guilty of issuing false information, falsifying documents, not checking proper documentation, falsifying test results, issuing licenses to drivers. 40% of the schools across America. It's not just, I know it's a big problem in Washington. I know it's a big problem in California. 40% of all the schools in the country are guilty of this.
Trying to speed this process up and maybe looking the other way.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
for the books.
To your point, we can no longer assume, I no longer assume that they're safe at all.
So there was
any truck driver I don't assume is safe anymore. But to the point you made, you used to think that that's the smartest, safest guy on the road. He's gone through more to drive that rig than any of us have.
This has changed my behavior around big rigs.
Same with me.
I now know if I see a big rig coming up behind me, I get out of the lane. And I don't merge in front of big rigs. I used to I always give them respectful room, but I would never think twice about driving in front of a big rig.
Right.
And now I see stories like this. So what happened was, you have a driver who was 25 years old. His name is Kamalpreet Singh. He's from Elk Grove, California. Again, I just mentioned a second ago that he came into the country legally 2 years ago in December of 2023. He's released into the United States, where he then winds up in California. Somehow he gets a CDL and starts driving these trucks. Now, on December 11th, he's driving on State Route 167. He's in King County, and he comes up right behind, this is according to all the reports, he comes up behind a Mazda 3, which is, I believe, a small sedan.
I think that's,
I drove one in high school.
You
it's pretty small.
Yeah. Pretty small.
But my mom did buy it because it was rated the best for safety.
Oh, don't get me wrong, they're safe vehicles.
Sure, they're safe to crash in, but not an 18.
I think it speaks to how unsurvivable this crash was.
So this driver, according to the different stories I read, police investigating the incident say that Singh, the driver, attempted no evasive action before the crash, did not hit the brakes, smashed into this Mazda 3, sending it underneath the Peterbilt truck in front of him.
Right.
And
he was in the
died instantly.
Yeah.
The guy died instantly. Now, the guy is from Bonnie Lake. His name is Robert Pearson. He's 29. He was 29 years old, local guy, father of 2, beautiful kids. I was looking at pictures, almost literally getting emotional, and I don't like to, admit that I'm an emotional person all the time, but I was getting emotional.
How could you not? But it's a heartbreaking story.
You're seeing the
It's a
story,
tragic
and
loss.
you're seeing your own reflection in this guy's pictures.
Yeah, there but by the grace of God is
There
me
but
between
by the
these
grace
two
of
trucks.
God, 100%. And the problem is, this guy he has a 2-year-old. He has 2 kids. He has a brand new baby with his beautiful wife, and he has a little toddler son. I believe he has 2 sons. Little toddler son, smiling in his arm. I just saw their Christmas picture. This guy now he's gone from these kids' lives. And the only thing he was guilty of was driving in front of a driver who was in the country illegally.
Mm-hmm.
And how did he get a CDL? Who hired him?
Right.
Who didn't check
Had
his background
no
papers?
place being behind the wheel of a truck. No place at all being there.
No place. Now, here's the further problem that I have. I'm going to read my friend's text here in just a few minutes because this really bugs me. Washington has now released this driver of the truck because we are a sanctuary state. So in King County, it's a sanctuary county. So he was held on $100,000 bond. I'd like to know who paid his bond. It's a lot of money. It's only $10,000, $10,000 or $15,000 depending. But who paid this guy's bond? And do you not consider him a flight risk? Is it not possible that he might think to himself, hey, you know what? I'm going to be on trial for vehicular homicide. I'm going to serve likely 10 years in prison if it's proven that I did all these things.
Right.
In the reports, it says, listen to this. I'm going to read this real fast. Singh also had falsified his logbook before the crash. These are in the different reports I read. Before the crash by listing a co-driver, which they say that he didn't have because they're required to only drive so many hours. Officers also found other electronic data that indicated the logbook had been falsified, again implying that possibly he had been figuring out how to drive longer than he should have been.
Yeah, he's been cheating the system. At our safety risk, at the risk of our safety.
And now we have a guy from Bonnie Lake with a beautiful family who's never going to see them again. And we have another guy who should not have been here legally driving these trucks. He should not have. And Washington State just lets him go. Does that make sense to anybody? I'd like your text if you think it does. 888-973-5476. This one got to me. I'd like your opinion on this. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
When extreme weather hits Western Washington,
A flash flood warning after a critical levee breaks along.
KIRO Newsradio is the first place you turn.
We have team coverage this morning.
Live in Auburn, James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Which communities are hit hardest?
Skagit River again going to flood to major levels.
What it means for your commute.
Northbound 167 underwater.
MyNorthwest.com and KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM. And the KIRO News Radio app.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security. This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
When you start thinking seriously about retirement, it sneaks up on you. One day, you're planning kids' activities. The next, you're thinking about Social Security, travel plans, and maybe grandkids. You can't just hope your savings will stretch. You need a plan that actually fits your life. And that's where Trajan Wealth comes in. Hi, this is Ursula Reutin. At Trajan Wealth, you are working with fiduciary advisors, which means they're not selling you products. They're acting in your best interest. And let me tell you, you can feel the difference. Trajan is veteran-owned and family-run. I love that. They specialize in helping people with $500,000 or more in savings to protect and grow what you've worked so hard to achieve. Call Trajan Wealth today at 206-656-3300. That's 206-656-3300. Or go to TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC. SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. Meetthenovaks.com. Upgrade your home's comfort and save up to 75% on scratch and dent and overstock equipment at Home Comfort Alliance. Over $3 million worth of heat pumps, furnaces, and air conditioners from top manufacturers like Lennox. All now up to 75% off. Visit HomeComfortAlliance.com.
KIRO News Radio, continuing coverage.
Good afternoon. I'm Jillian Raftery. High winds and 1 to 2 feet of snow in the Cascade Mountains and Olympics have triggered a blizzard warning for Wednesday morning. Forecasters are warning of serious risk. In the lowlands, high wind warnings take effect at 4 p.m. today through Wednesday morning. Here's meteorologist Ted Beener.
Soils are very wet, so we have the potential for fallen trees and power outages. And then we have another system coming in, not quite as strong on Thursday, but it will again produce more blustery wind and the potential for more tree damage.
Flood warnings are still in effect for the Skagit River near Concrete and Mount Vernon. Flood watches still in the South Sound near Centralia, Olympia, and Hoquiam. There was another levee breach overnight, this time in the city of Pacific. The breach is along a stretch of the White River where sand-filled barriers are used to shore up the levee on the White River and prevent flooding. The first 911 call came in at about 1:20 this morning, reporting water in an apartment. Here's Kelly Hawks with the Valley Regional Fire Authority.
The Valley Regional Fire Authority, along with Pacific Police Department, worked quickly to get people evacuated out of the area. Those people are now in shelters.
About 220 families evacuated their homes. An update from the governor today on those weather emergencies.
We're in for the long haul, and all that water is putting a lot of stress on our infrastructure.
Governor Bob Ferguson says part of that long road to recovery will mean devoting millions of dollars to cleanup and repair. His team is working on making funds available for short-term relief and has already identified more than $3 million that can be unlocked immediately. There is also an appeal working for a major disaster declaration with the federal government. And here's your closing bell report. Washington is leading a multi-state lawsuit against the federal government over spending on electric vehicle chargers. A provision of the 2022 bipartisan infrastructure bill created grants for building or repairing infrastructure to promote electric vehicle use. The lawsuit claims the federal government is withholding money already promised. $19 million was earmarked for Washington state. And let's get a check on our markets. The Dow is down 0.62%, S&P 500 down 0.24%, NASDAQ up 0.23%. Now let's turn to Nate Connors with KIRO News Radio Traffic.
Thanks, Jillian. Seattle Sports has the update with continued closure of State Route 167. Drivers are heading to I-5, and this has a backup through South Center on southbound 405. And then once you get to I-5, South 5 is pretty solid now between 405 and 516 Seattle to Federal Way. Plan on a 40-minute trip. North 5 scattered slowing between Federal Way and Tukwila. Federal Way to Seattle's at a half hour. Heading into Seattle, North 5 looks good. South 5 is crowded from Northgate into downtown. Linwood to Seattle, a 25-minute trip. On the east side, southbound 405 slows between South Bellevue and Cold Creek Parkway. And westbound 18 near Tiger Mountain Summit. Crews are still working on removing the semi that slid off the highway this morning. They need all the room they can get, and this has westbound 18 closed way back at the I-90 interchange. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial on 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Weather brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. As we said earlier, more rain in the forecast and, of course, wind tonight and tomorrow. Rain continues for the next week. It's 56 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery with KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. Keep those text messages coming in 25, actually almost in 30 minutes exactly. We're going to talk about our favorite Christmas films, the ones that you just wait all year to watch, can't wait to watch them, why you think it's the best. You got to pick one, though. You can't send us 12. You got to pick one. 888-973.
See, I've got 4 or 5 different all-time favorites.
But there has to be one.
I know. I'll give you my one, but there's different moods require different holiday movies.
Oh, you're completely right about that. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes,
Thank
absolutely.
You.
There's also like there's also the warm-up. We'll talk about all this, but there's the warm-up movies that you get to like, but you don't go for...
Save the pinnacle.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, good. I'm glad we're the same. Okay, we'll get into that at 2 o'clock, so get your text messages in so you can be part of that conversation as well. 888-973-5476. This is interesting, Spike. I'd love your take on this. Washington, I read about this at SeattleRed.com, and we've been talking about different bills that have kind of come up with regard to taxes and who should get taxed and how much they should get taxed. The famous one was recently, what was the guy's name? Was it Sean Scott? Was he a local state rep, Sean Scott? Is that right? Who was suggesting that they add a 5%.
Oh, yeah.
A 5% tax on businesses who make more than $7 million and who have employees.
From his massive press conference on the steps of the Capitol with, what, 3?
In front of Olympia.
3 attending?
Well, it was all reporters. Yeah. And then he had some people holding flags for him that he was very excited about.
Poor man.
But he was suggesting in order to raise money to...
close budget gaps. That's why they're trying this, right? Isn't that the intent? Is to close a budget cap.
It's funny because that's what everybody says.
Yeah, well, that's our standard go-to line.
But how did we get a gap?
Through horrible management of our resources.
That's my main problem.
I gotcha.
If they were so great with the money, number one, they wouldn't be coming to us begging, not begging, just coming to us taking more. They wouldn't be doing that. But if they were so great with it and some horrible thing like an accident befell them,
sure,
like a natural disaster, perfect example. Natural disaster happens.
Right.
The state doesn't have money to help these people. They go for federal funding immediately because they need it. They just don't have any money. It would be nice if we were so rich because we were so smart with money that they could just immediately help people instead of having to go and get federal money. Now, I understand.
Through solid fiscal responsibility, we had a budget surplus.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
If you could, like,
it'd be like living in Idaho.
If the state had largesse that they could spread around.
Sure. A rainy day fund.
Exactly.
Yes.
But all of that is gone because they've mismanaged the funds. And I understand that, like, federally, that's what they're for. Get the money if you can and use it. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, we pay into it.
Yes.
We pay more than we take out. Yeah.
But the problem I have with it is that they're very bad with our money, and yet they feel like the only solution to fixing their being bad with money is to take more of your money, and you are probably better with your money, which is why you have money to be taken, and they are trying to take your money. But anyway, I'm going to read you a little bit from the Seattle Red article. Washington State Democratic senators are talking about a 9.9% income tax on millionaires to fix a multi-billion-dollar budget shortfall expected in 26. The bill faces tough opposition from Republicans and people with common sense. I added that. And perhaps a lukewarm response from Democratic Governor Bob Ferguson, who just signed the largest tax increase in state history and is not eager to become known as that guy.
Right. He's been pushing toward the center since the day he won the election, I would say. He asked them to cut more than they initially wanted to cut.
Actions speak louder than words to me.
Yeah.
I would say he's not because he signed the largest tax increase in state history.
He had no choice. He really had no choice.
Sure he did.
He sent them back to the chopping block. They cut more from the budget.
Chop more.
Oh, okay, well, that's a different conversation altogether.
No, it's this conversation.
No, it's not. Okay.
Because it's all tied in. It's all tied in. It's all the exact same thing. You're either smart with the money or you're dumb with the money. And if you're dumb with the money, why are you taking more of my money to fix your stupidity? Not you.
Oh, no, I appreciate
people who
that.
run
You
the
were
state,
looking right at me, but I appreciate. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
People who run the state poorly.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they're spending my money stupidly, would it be wise for me to be happy about giving them more money? Like, let me ask you.
It's a fair argument.
Let me ask you a question. So what they're trying to do, again, this new tax would be for individuals with a adjusted gross income of over $1 million. They suspect that would apply to about 20,000 households in our state. They think it would raise as much as $3 billion annually, which they say would really help out because they need the money.
Well, they're 9 underwater, right? Is that what it is?
Somewhere around there.
They're $9 billion underwater in their budget?
Somewhere around there.
They were 16, they cut 7.
16.
To your point, they could maybe cut more. But Fergie got him to cut 7, and they signed a budget that was $9 billion under.
Do you think this is a good idea? This tax on the wealthy? You know where I'm coming from.
I know, and I've made my point clear before. I think there is I understand that there are businesses that they're not all Jeff Bezos, they're not all Microsoft, they're not all the huge dogs at the trough, pigs at the trough.
Yeah.
Okay. And yes, you have to tell me again, folks. I already know. Text 888-973-5476. I know they pay massive amounts of tax money.
Yes,
I know that they do.
Yeah,
but they also pay a lower share than they ever have in our history of their income. They're making huge, massive amounts of money.
Well, they pay the same that you pay. But.
Well, they're paying less than any corporation, or any big businesses in the history of our country. Today, they're paying less than they ever have in history. That's why when I say they're morally bankrupt. I think when you're making insane, grotesque amounts of money, right? There's a responsibility to the society that you work with, that works for you, your employees, that the customer base is, where they live and shop and breathe and sleep and die in this town. I think there's a responsibility to give back to a point through your taxation to make sure that this society, which has allowed you this opportunity and your hard work, I get it, but there's a responsibility to that community. You can't just flee to another state. Take your ball and go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? They can do that.
You think it's morally?
I think there's a little bit of a moral bankruptcy in those people who threaten to leave without saying, we're not asking Microsoft to go bankrupt. I know.
In this case, we're talking about individuals.
That's why I wanted to get that out of the way. I know when I speak of those big companies. I think they should pay more and could pay more.
Yeah.
To the smaller companies, you're going to be putting companies out of business.
Well, this is not to companies. This is
individuals and households, right?
Can we pause this for a second and come back after the break?
You bet.
I think you've made excellent points, and I would like to respond to some of those points.
Sure. And I think we're going to find some mutual ground.
I think so.
On this.
We always do.
We try.
Yeah, which is the best. All right, stick around. We'll be right back.
Closing Bell is brought to you by Trajan Wealth Management.
After a close call against the Colts.
Jason Myers with his 6th field goal of the day.
Never a doubt, right? Talking about picking each other up, just being there when we need them.
The Hawks gear up for the biggest game of the season. The game that will likely determine who wins the division.
Holy catfish!
Seahawks, Rams, Thursday night at Lumen Field. Kickoff at 5:15.
This should be fun.
On KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? GoodRx is here to help with big savings on commonly prescribed cold and flu meds. GoodRx is free and easy to use. GoodRx is accepted at all major pharmacies like CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens. Just search your prescription, find a coupon, then show your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx is not insurance, but it works whether you have insurance or not. If you do, GoodRx may beat your copay price. Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com to save today.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. You know, one of the perks about having 4 kids that you know about is actually getting a direct line to the big man up north. Mm-hmm. And this year, he wants you to know the best gift that you can give someone is the gift of Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Now, you don't even need to wrap it.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Make this the last holiday season in that old kitchen. Hi, this is Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Our solid wood refacing system delivers a luxurious new kitchen way easier and less expensive than a tear out. You won't believe the difference. Heritage Homecraft's specialty is custom cabinet refacing and quartz countertops. With Heritage Homecraft, custom means built from scratch just for you. Our own craftsmen, not subcontractors, will reface your existing cabinet boxes with 1/4-inch thick solid hardwood and add new custom-built solid hardwood doors. We can make design changes, add cabinets, install custom features, and top it all off with a brand new quartz countertop. With the holidays here, I know everyone's busy, but if you order your new Heritage Homecraft kitchen now for select install dates after the new year, I'll give you 12% off the entire project. Hey, all year long and especially next holiday season, you'll be delighted that you did. Call today, Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
All right, here's a quick confession. The reason Nick, my wife, is going to Longevity Medical Clinic is because why?
I got sick of watching you sleep at night when I was awake.
Wait a minute. Here's what would happen. I'd be asleep because I've got my hormones balanced thanks to Longevity Medical Clinic. I'm asleep, and then Nick would go, "Are you asleep? Are you sleeping? That's not fair. I can't sleep." I'm like, "So you're going to wake me up?"
Yes, because I didn't want you to have more energy than I would the next day, and I was up all night.
So what did I say to you? I said, so go to the Longevity Medical Clinic. Do the same thing I did. Get your hormones balanced. You'll sleep better, right?
And I did.
Right. You don't have to wake me up anymore and go, it's not fair that you're sleeping.
I know.
But didn't you see that it wasn't fair that you were waking me up?
Yes, because now you're the one taking the dogs out because I'm still asleep in the morning.
So we're both getting good night's sleep. We're both getting lots of energy, and we're happy.
You want me to tell you why? Because my hormones are now balanced.
Okay, I don't want to hear about your hormones right now. So be like Nick and get a free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
What does VA mean to me?
A place for my daughter to call home. Thanks to the VA Home Loan.
A new lease on life. The best healthcare team I've ever had is here at VA.
And education and the opportunity to open doors I never thought possible with my GI Bill.
The financial support I need to manage the disabilities I developed because of my service.
Get what you earned. Visit choose.va.gov.
Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
You have what? 8 pairs of readers. One by the laptop, one in the car, one on top of your head that you forgot is there.
Now it's possible to see near and far and everything in between and stop hunting for readers forever. Refractive lens exchange, or RLE, is a quick, innovative procedure that replaces your eye's lens with a crystal clear one so you can see near and far for life. Schedule your personalized evaluation today at nearandfarvision.com.
Hurry, time's running out. Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select steel tools. Shop online or in-store.
Care Partners Senior Living is growing. Amanda here. We are very excited to introduce our newest communities in Port Orchard, Sumner, and North Creek Bothell, bringing compassionate, quality care at an affordable price, closer to more of you. Visit carepartnersliving.com today.
This holiday season, you might not realize you've had a little bit too much to drink at the company party until you find yourself pulled over on the way home for a DUI. This is Jonathan Dichter from DUI Heroes, here to remind you that even good people make simple mistakes. Our team of heroes is ready to help you through this season to make sure you can get back to the things that are most important, your family and your life. Call us now at 1-800-DUI-HERO or find us online at DUIHeroes.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. I need to correct something. My wife texted me during the show. She's so sweet. She listens. Did I tell you, like, I have a baby at home?
Yeah.
My wife, who's a stay-at-home mom and does an amazing job with our kids. Honey, if you're watching, I love you. Where's the camera? I love you. So she puts it on, and the baby can see me, and he says, "This is Daddy, Daddy." And he, says, "You're the best dad." He doesn't say that, but...
He's thinking it. You can see it in his eyes.
But you can see it in his eyes, 100%, yeah. She texted me because I was just referring to our lawmakers saying that they spend our money stupidly. And she says, you shouldn't say stupid, say they spend it poorly. It sounds more diplomatic and people will like you better. So I'm not saying they're stupid.
That's wonderful.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
She doesn't want me to call these stupid people stupid.
No, they're just making, they're making ill-advised financial decisions with our resources.
Yes.
Yeah.
These ill-informed people are making ill-advised, would you say?
Yeah, ill-advised financial decisions with our precious resources.
Yes,
I'm sure they could open a can of beans with the best of them. I don't know that I'm saying they're stupid.
There's a reason why you marry somebody smart, because they help round out your edges.
That's the truth.
Right? All right. So thank you to my wife. I hope you guys all give me some credit for having some edges. I apologize. I should be nicer in the words that I use. But here's where I do think that these people are not spending our money wisely. These, what did you say? Ill-informed people?
Ill-informed financial decisions.
Ill-informed financial decisions. So they want to have a income tax in our state now of 9.9% on anybody who makes over $1 million. Now, would you say that somebody who makes $1 million is rich? When I was a kid,
adjusted income is what they're talking about. Taxation of adjusted income.
Yes, when I was a kid, I would have said rich is $1 million.
Sure, I would say that too. I would say that even today.
Really?
$1 million income in this. Yeah, you betcha. It takes about $220,000. I think they said for to live comfortably in the state of Washington.
For a family of
four, right? I think if you've got 4 times living comfortable, yeah, you're rich.
Do you think if you make $1 million that you are okay? Here's a question. Let's say somebody makes $950,000, $999,000.
Okay.
The state says you bear no extra responsibility.
Yeah, you're fine.
You make $1,000 more. Suddenly, you have a moral obligation to pay more. Is that what you're making the argument?
Well, that's.
There is a line.
There's got to be a line somewhere. There's 16 teams made the playoffs. There's always a 17th team.
Always a 17th,
right?
Yeah.
So let's expand it to
So what do you think? $1,000 more. They now have a different moral obligation, money wise, than somebody who makes $999.
How about if you have a sliding scale of taxation? If you get that close,
then you're what, $1,050,000?
Well, I mean, you're making 7%. If you're making 900 to $1 million, you pay 7%. If you're making 900 to 8, you're making whatever. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. The problem I have with it, though, is that these people are not amoral people because they are now making more money. They've paid a lot of money in taxes.
I agree.
They pay a lot of money in taxes.
They pay the bulk of our tax. Yeah,
they pay like people who make the top 50% of earners in the country pay 98% of taxes.
Yeah.
All taxes. The bottom 50% pay, I think it's 2.3% of the taxes. So they're already paying a lot of money by virtue of the fact that they're making more money.
Yeah.
So that's a nice thing already, right?
It's not, and
now you want to penalize somebody.
I think I'll quote a TV character I loved. It was said, look, I pay a lot of money in taxes. The fire department doesn't come to my house any faster. The water out of my tap isn't any cleaner than yours.
Yeah.
We're all getting the same benefit from these public services that we pay into.
Sure.
So, I mean, to that side of the argument,
And I would also say, I'm reading this book right now, but do you know who Thomas Sowell is? He's an economist.
I've heard the name. I haven't read the material.
He has these essays that I was reading about this exact situation, and these essays are called Trickle-Down Theory and Tax Cuts for the Rich. He's like diving into these two arguments. And he talks about this time back in the early 1900s, I think it was 1916, where they had a very, very high tax rate. I think it was like 70%. You and I have talked about this.
I think it was closer to 90 then.
That was in the 20s.
Yeah, okay.
But and then into almost to the 1940s. But he was talking about how in 1916 the tax rate was in the 70%. And they were raising it into the 70%. So in 1916 in the country, and again, this is 1916 dollars. This is a long time ago. There was like 216 people who claimed that they were millionaires.
Okay. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Again, 1916 dollars. That's a lot of money. The tax rate goes into effect, and that number drops down to 21 people by 1917. Now, those people didn't cease to become millionaires.
No, they started finding other ways to hide and move their money.
Well, not hide, legally put their money in different places so that they weren't technically millionaires anymore.
Yeah.
A big debate with billionaires is, well, it's unfair. They're not paying their fair share. Well, a lot of them don't take salaries the same way that you and I take salaries. Right?
Yeah.
They're getting tax. They're taking a lot. Like CEO of Starbucks will take
tax-free
stock.
incentives. Yeah, you bet.
He's not being taxed on that stock.
Right, because it's unrealized gains.
Unrealized gains. Although we do have that in Washington State now, right? So they found that when the tax rate went really high, people found other ways to put their money, and so they didn't get dinged the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And the government collected less money, far less revenue. Then when they dropped the tax rate, when they realized that, okay, all of our millionaires have dried up, they dropped the tax rate. Suddenly there was almost the exact number of millionaires pop back onto the market. Plus one in this case. There was like 217 millionaires now that claimed. And tax revenues went up. Yeah. So they made more money because they were taxing less. They were crushing the free market. They were telling people, hey, you know what? We're going to take your money. We know what to do with it better than you do. And my argument is, in Washington State, it doesn't seem to me, and I'm not going to call them stupid, that would be mean. It seems to me they don't actually know what to do with the money. So the argument that they should be taking more of your money when it's clear they don't know what to do with your money seems to me to be a mistake, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Who drives an economy? We're out of time?
We're out of time. Yeah, we got to go.
Well, that's a bigger question. Let's
It's a
get a
bigger
beer
question.
after work.
Let's do it.
We'll ask who drives an economy.
I like it.
And then we'll talk about who driving us home.
I like it. All right, got to go. We are back.
After a close call against the Colts.
Jason Myers with his 6th field goal of the day.
Never a doubt, right? Talking about picking each other up, just being there when we need them.
The Hawks gear up for the biggest game of the season. The game that will likely determine who wins the division.
Holy catfish!
Seahawks, Rams, Thursday night at Lumen Field. Kickoff at 5:15.
This should be fun.
On KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Storm damage can hit your home hard. Your roof, siding, windows, and even your deck. That's why we're here 24/7 to respond when you need us most. Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors here. From emergency repairs to complete replacements, State Roofing and Exteriors has the team, the skills, and the experience to protect your home after the storm. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
Mike Rowe here with a fun fact. Did you know that 50% of the air that you breathe inside your home comes from your crawl space? Yeah. Whether your crawl space is wet, musty, or your floors are bouncy, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to repair your crawl space. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
I'm here with Wes Jones of sellwithwes.com. And Wes, you were just telling me you think 2026 is going to be a rebound year for the housing market.
That's right. I think we're heading into the best real estate market of the past 4 years. And here's why. If you take a step back and look at the big picture, experts are anticipating a 15% increase in sales volume next year. Interest rates are at near 3-year lows and trending down, and home prices have held near all-time highs. There is a lot of pent-up demand. People have been sitting on the sidelines waiting for their time to jump into the market since 2022, and they need a place to buy.
So, hey, 2026 might be your year. If you're considering selling your home, if you're thinking about moving, but there was something that was just holding you back, now might be a great time. So do this. Go to sellwithwes.com. You can see your home's real value there with Wes's home value calculator. Then schedule an appointment by giving him a call. Sellwithwes.com. Sellwithwes.com. It really just is a better way to sell your home.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. Have you tried the dining district at the Bellevue Collection? Grab lunch with friends, meet up for happy hour, and stay for dinner and beyond. You can sample international flavors and local favorites from talented chefs. Try a new cocktail on a rooftop bar or watch the game with friends. And explore the lively nightlife scene. The Dining District at the Bellevue Collection, where your taste adventure begins. Learn more at BellevueCollection.com/dining district.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Cammie McCormick. In Los Angeles, authorities have announced charges against the youngest son of director Rob Reiner. Police Chief Jim McDonald.
Today, the Los Angeles County District's Attorney's Office has formally filed charges against Mr. Reiner for the murder of his parents. This case is heartbreaking and deeply personal, not only for the Reiner family and their loved ones, but for our entire city.
District Attorney Nathan Hochman says the charges carry a maximum sentence of life in prison or the death penalty, but no decision has been made in regard to the death penalty. Nick Reiner has long dealt with drug addiction issues.
The evidence, any evidence, if there is any, of mental illness for his background will be coming out in the hearings that will occur. We anticipate, again, after the arraignment, the process will go through the normal process a case like this goes through. At the appropriate time, if there is evidence of mental illness, it will be presented in court and in whatever detail the defense seeks to do that.
Authorities said the murder weapon was a knife. CBS's Jonathan Vigliotti with more details.
They were deceased for several hours with those knife wounds. Why this matters, the last time that Nick Reiner was seen with his parents was Saturday night, the night before. They attended a holiday party with Conan O'Brien, where sources tell us that there was a heated argument, and where one source says that Nick Reiner was acting crazy. It appears perhaps shortly after that party, perhaps in the overnight hours, this attack took place. We heard here that he was later tracked down through good police work at a nearby park where he was taken into custody without incident. We do not know, again, the state of mind that he was in. He did struggle with drug addiction for much of his life, as he's been very open about.
Nick Reiner did not make a court appearance today because he had not been medically cleared to do so. In the Brown University shooting over the weekend, authorities released another video today of a person of interest. CBS's Jared Hill has more from Providence.
They are saying that they hope that any piece of information, evidence, picture, video that is released to the public helps to jog someone's memory, someone's recollection, that they might have noticed this person, or they might recognize the way that this individual walks or where they were walking, to try and help them figure out where this individual is. But we do know that authorities said just yesterday that truth be told, this person could be literally anywhere.
The unemployment rate in November rose to the highest level since September of 2021. On Wall Street, stocks finished mixed. The Dow was down 300 points. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Take the next step forward in your career with great benefits and an award-winning workplace. Apply at careers.progressive.com.
A bright spot in this flooding news, the volunteers and first responders saving lives and helping those in need. We'll tell you more about that part of the story. But first, Nate Connors has your KIRO News Radio traffic.
All right, Jillian, heavy rain out there. Light snow over the Olympic and Cascade Peaks right now, and the potential for more flooding adding to our afternoon commute. Speaking of the snow, blizzard warnings for the mountains starting at 2 a.m. through noon Wednesday. So that means they're saying up to 20 inches of snow over the Cascade and Olympics. Some of that snow will drop as low as our passes, making for difficult driving conditions. Here in Seattle, southbound 99 near the south end of the downtown tunnel, we've got a disabled box truck blocking that right lane. In Tacoma, South 5, just past the 705 interchange, collision blocks 2 right lanes. Due to that Valley Freeway closure through Kenton Auburn, we have hefty backups forming southbound 405 through South Center, and South 5 is now solid from 405 down to 516. Seattle to Federal Way is up a bit to 45 minutes. And good news over Tiger Mountain, we are all clear westbound 18 at the I-90 interchange. That semi has been cleared near the summit, and all lanes are back open. KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Jillian Raftery. 8 days of catastrophic flooding across western Washington has claimed a life, displaced thousands, and caused untold millions in damage. With more rain and wind on the way, more than 250 National Guard members have stepped away from their civilian jobs to help with rescues, evacuations, and sandbagging efforts. Major General Walsh is leading that effort.
For me and many others here, I think it's feeling a lot like Groundhog Day. Every morning we wake up, we pull out our phones out, and we look to see for some improvement out there, but Mother Nature seems to keep throwing us another curveball.
All eyes now on our infrastructure, straining against these angry waters. About 220 families had to evacuate when a levee on the White River breached early this morning in the King County city of Pacific. Crews are working on repairs but have no ETA for that completion. WashDOT's Mayor Julie Meredith says Highway 2 is closed between Skykomish and Leavenworth.
We have no estimated time to open that, and it could take months.
State Route 410 between Enumclaw and Greenwater is washed out. In central Washington, 200 feet of US 12 has washed away. It's closed near the town of Neches. Rivers are expected to crest over the next 24 hours. Flood watches and warnings are in effect. And as you heard Nate Connors mention, there is a blizzard warning for Wednesday morning for most of the Cascades and Olympic Mountains above 2,000 feet, as a cold front is expected to whip high winds and drop up to 2 feet of snow in places. Governor Bob Ferguson is asking for all residents to stay cautious.
And that is something I just want to emphasize to Washingtonians to be alert. If you get an evacuation order, for God's sakes, follow it.
With more weather walloping our region, it's difficult to assess the damage, but the governor's team is already working on unlocking money needed for the long-term recovery effort. King County has also devoted more than $1 million for immediate emergency needs. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. More rain, wind moving in, temperatures dropping to 45 overnight, and a high of 49 tomorrow. It is 49 degrees in downtown Seattle, 56 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery with KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 hour left to go. Spike, you got and Laura, actually. You guys have 3.5 days left before Christmas vacation officially starts for you two. I'm here a little bit into next week, but then it'll be Christmas break for everybody.
We appreciate you covering us next week. That was nice of you.
Listen, I'm happy to do it.
Boss asked somebody to step up, and you did. You did.
He says, lowest man on the totem pole. You're it, Jake. You got to do it. No, it's going to be fun. So I'll be here Monday and Tuesday as we get ready for the Christmas week, and then off for a few days to join you guys celebrating Christmas, and then I'll be gone the following week, and then you'll be in.
I'll be in after Christmas.
A couple days after Christmas.
Yeah, for the New Year, so we'll wrap up the year.
Fun stuff. Yeah. Lots of great stuff. So this segment, we thought this would be fun, and we got a million text messages about this, which is a lot of fun. We asked you guys what your favorite Christmas movies were. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I never start the Christmas season. One, I never start in December. I always start in November. I mean, I'm one of those people. I'm waiting for Halloween to end so that I can start watching Christmas movies and not feel like a weirdo.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But I never start with my favorite movie. I warm up to my favorite Christmas movie because I feel like you can only watch it once during the holiday season to have that effect that you want it to have on you.
Oh,
you feel the same way?
I wish no, I don't. And my number one movie, I'll watch 10 times.
Okay, and we'll get. Why don't we save our number ones for a little bit?
But I think you're right about. I do build up my Christmas vibe. Yeah. I watch the lower tiered movies earlier. You save the classics for that build up the last few days.
We all know there's a B team, there's a C team, a B team, and then there's your superstar.
Sure.
Professional Christmas movies.
Yeah.
They get played every year, and they're the best of the best. They're kind of the same for a lot of people. Like, we were opening this up to the text line. You guys have a lot of great Christmas movies. I've seen all of these.
Yeah, they've nailed them all. I don't think they're missing any of the big big hitters.
No, you've got them. So should we read through? And Laura's done a great job of she's put together the text messages and a bunch of their audio too. Okay, let's start with this one. Bill, who says that his favorite movie of the holiday season, the one he has to watch every single year, is Miracle on 34th Street. Which I'm sure you've seen.
Well, last week we were having a little bit of a trivia contest. We're going to play clips from movies and try to name that Christmas movie. And I pulled a clip for that contest a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
And Laura's got that. If you can play that for me.
Sinterklaas kapoentje, geef het in mijn schoentje, geef het in mijn laarsje. Dank u Sinterklaasje, Sinterklaas kapoentje.
Beautiful.
This is a scene where Natalie Wood, a young Natalie Wood, is watching the Macy's Santa, who her mom is very, very honest with our children about reality.
Yeah.
And he's just a nice man with a beard.
That's what some parents believe.
But watches this little Dutch girl and Santa speak fluent Dutch to her and sing with her. This little orphan got in from Rotterdam.
She says, if he's fake, how could he know such things?
Right.
Right?
I'm French. That doesn't make me Marie. I always say Marie Antoinette or somebody said, yeah, Madame Curie. I forget. Joan of Arc. Doesn't make me Joan of Arc. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Anyway, that's what I love about this movie, and not the remake.
You don't like the remake?
I don't
John
like the
Hughes 1990 remake?
I don't like the remake.
I love it. That's the one I grew up watching.
Really? See, I guess I was spoiled by the original.
Merry Christmas.
She's wonderful. She's wonderful.
Great.
But one of my favorites. I know we're going to dive into the listeners.
No, Happy Thanksgiving. Is that what she says?
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Nobody mentioned one of my all-time favorites, which is How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Oh, we got some Grinches.
Is the Grinch in there in the list? I'm sorry if I missed it. I apologize.
Well, we have the Jim Carrey Grinch.
That's why I brought it up. An abomination.
Okay, so
an
you're a cartoon Grinch.
I was raised on the Boris Karloff version of the Grinch.
Sure.
In my elementary school Christmas pageant, I was the Grinch.
Were you really?
6th grade. The only speaking part in the entire movie. Me and the narrator.
That adds up.
Adds up, right?
Yes.
I looked like a big Fig Newton thing. I had a green costume. They painted my face green. It was awesome.
Do you have a picture of this?
We don't.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. It was wonderful. But, and Jim Carrey's a great comedic actor. Don't get me wrong. That movie was just a money grab. That movie should never have been made.
Did you think so?
The live action Grinch.
I
totally agree, and
agree.
I have never watched it, but not because I just haven't watched like I have with many things. In protest,
an absolute abomination.
Andrew, have you seen The Grinch with Jim Carrey?
Unfortunately, I have.
Is it 3-1?
I'm sorry
against this.
And wait a minute, don't hold on. Let me come to your defense. Everyone has different tastes in what makes their Christmas magic. Everyone has different tastes. I respect that you love that version.
The pedigree of the movie is phenomenal. When you call it a money grab, everything that's made in Hollywood is a money grab. I would say that. And I can understand.
Not a lot of nonprofits working in Hollywood.
Not a ton.
That's true.
So I can understand also why they would want to take a beloved Christmas property like The Grinch, which had never been made in live action before, and try to turn it into and serve a wider
put some
audience.
Lipstick on it and trot it out to the corner, make some money for Christmas. You bet.
And I will say, you're also taking a character who is beloved by people, and you then get it embodied by, at the time, Jim Carrey. There's no more beloved comedian in the world than Jim Carrey. He's making $20 million a movie.
Fair to say.
And it's directed by Ron Howard.
Yeah,
I mean, the set is all practical. None of it is CGI.
That was
an incredible amount of work went into it.
You're bringing a good argument.
It's the same production team. There's all these people in it who are phenomenal. Yeah. A bunch of the rest of the development people.
All the Whovilles. Yeah, the Who's down in Whoville.
I loved it. I loved it. I will not sit here and have somebody besmirch that Grinch without a defense.
I'm going to go out and buy a copy today and throw it on my Yule fire at home.
Perfect. That's perfect. I will say the coloring of that movie does not hold up. And what I mean by that is
of the live or the cartoon?
Of the live.
Okay.
What I mean by that is, as I watch it now as an adult, and I can see that I'm watching sets. When I was a kid, you don't notice when you're watching sets.
Right.
But I now am much less forgiving of when I realize something is on a Hollywood backlot.
It's made for kids. Come on.
It is, but
it's made for kids.
Yeah. And my kids,
you're a film connoisseur.
My kids love it. They love it. Here's another one. Love Actually. People loved Love Actually. This is, let's see. Somebody's 425 says the best Christmas movie is Love Actually. The opening monologue by Hugh Grant at the arrival gate at Heathrow Airport. With all the cynicism in the world, if you stop and look, Love Actually is all around. Oh, here's my audio. My bad. Here we go.
Whenever I get gloomy with the state of the world, I think about the arrivals gate at Heathrow Airport. General opinion's starting to make out that we live in a world of hatred and greed. But I don't see that. Seems to me that love is everywhere. Often it's not particularly dignified or newsworthy, but it's always there. If you look for it, I've got a sneaky feeling you'll find that love actually is all around.
Oh.
And then Bill Nighy jumps into that, I feel it in my fingers.
You telling me that's not a cash grab?
Oh, no. What? That song was.
Come on.
That song was.
Literally the plot of that song in the movie is shameless cash grab.
That's a cash grab.
No,
Sure.
that's a joke. I was making a joke.
That's why we're making the new one.
Do you like this? Do you like this movie?
I love
Actually?
I love I've already watched it this year.
Have you really?
I've already watched it. You bet.
Okay.
You bet.
Laura, do you like Love Actually? Have you seen it?
Oh yeah, many times.
Yeah.
I think it's nice.
You
It's
think
not
it's
my
nice?
favorite Christmas movie,
What don't you like
but
about it?
that message at the beginning is very sweet.
It is. Yeah.
What don't I like about it?
Or what do you like about it? From either of you, what do you guys like about it?
I love any movie where it's a lot of different stories intertwining, and then they come together in different,
all of them intertwined.
unexpected ways.
Phenomenal cast.
Yeah.
Who's the director
the
of that
cast.
movie again? I forget the guy's name. Is it Richard something?
I couldn't.
But he makes ensemble films.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
And it's a brilliant piece of ensemble work.
Richard Curtis.
Richard Curtis.
Of course, I knew that off the top of my head. I did not just Google
Thank
it.
you.
And it's got maybe one of the most iconic Christmas scenes of all time.
Which is...
You have the clip I gave you last week
is
for
this
the
the silent
yes.
night one?
Yes.
All right, let me play. I'm not going to play the whole thing.
No,
but I'll play a
of
little
course
bit.
not. Of course not.
This is when the guy shows up at Keira Knightley's door.
With the cue cards.
Yeah.
Yes,
All
right?
right. I have a criticism of that, but we'll play the clip first.
That one's been parodied.
So the music is playing, but he's described what's happening.
He's standing. Doorbell rings. You tell him it's carol singers, and he's confessing his unrequited love to his best friend's bride.
And she has thought this whole time that
he hates her.
That he did not
Hates
favor her.
But he's deeply smitten.
And he ruined
confesses.
her wedding video.
Right.
This is a reason I don't like this movie, actually.
Oh, because he's just filming.
He just zoomed in on her the whole time.
Yeah,
she trusted him to
if his
get good
friend didn't
footage.
know.
No, he
of
wasn't
the most important day of her
The
life.
photographer ruined the footage. It was all blue, remember? That's why she has to see his footage. I love this movie.
Well, you really love this
I
movie.
love this movie.
This is a deep cut for you.
There's a guy running for governor of California who made a parody of this for his campaign ad.
I saw that.
It's great.
That was actually really funny.
That's great.
Yeah, that was funny.
That's how it's become Christmas canon.
But isn't this guy a jerk for showing up at his best friend's house? He's just gotten married and he's holding all these signs. What are the odds that his friend
that she leaves him and runs with him?
No, what are the odds that she answers the door and that his friend doesn't pop down and be like, "Oh, hey, what's up, best friend?"
Carol singers.
What do you got on all those giantly, ridiculously written cards aimed at my wife? What are the odds that he's not investigating that even the tiniest bit?
But he didn't act on it. He confessed it to get over it.
Why
and
does
move
it-
on?
Who gives two? Why does he
Because
need to
wants her to
confess
know.
that?
He wants her to know that he doesn't hate her. I don't dislike you. I'm cold and distant from you because I
love you so much.
Because to me you're perfect.
He's a bad friend. He should have turned it off
So
a
he
long
deserved,
time ago.
Andrew Lincoln deserved a life in zombie hell.
Yes,
right?
I'm
The
glad.
Walking Dead.
I'm glad in a way that he ends up in the post-apocalyptic world of zombies.
To that point, the Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber,
right?
Yes,
is played by the actress. Help me out here. The
you
actor.
got it. You got it. Come on.
That's not Jeremy Irons. It's the other one. Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman. Yeah.
He gets. He cheats on his wife Emma Thompson in Love Actually.
Oh, you're right.
If you watch Die Hard, which is a Christmas movie,
Yeah, of course.
You watch Die Hard after Love Actually, he gets what's coming to him.
Yeah.
For cheating on his wife, he gets thrown off Nakatomi Plaza. One of our listeners said it ain't Christmas till Hans Gruber falls off Nakatomi Plaza.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together. Have a few laughs.
Right? Did you say that you have a Christmas calendar? Do you have an advent calendar?
I have an
of Hans
advent
Gruber?
calendar that is Nakatomi Plaza.
How does that work?
It's about a foot tall. It's a cutout of Nakatomi Plaza, and in the center of it is the 24th, 23rd, 22nd, 21st.
Shut it.
And every day you move Hans Gruber a little closer to the ground.
And he's getting closer.
He's
And when he
falling.
splats?
When he hits the butt. When he hits, it's Christmas Day.
Oh, that's great. Can you bring a picture of that tomorrow?
Sure,
I think
you
the
bet.
audience
Yeah,
would like
you
to
bet.
see
You
that.
bet.
Do you have it up?
Yeah, of course we have it up.
Because you've got 9 days till
You know
Hans
what,
Gruber
though?
hits the ground.
Somebody made on Etsy. I know we're going to run out of time because we're having so much fun. Somebody made
Let's
on
stretch
Etsy.
it in the next segment, too.
The perfect Christmas tree topper doesn't exist. You've heard that before, right? Somebody had a Bruce Willis jumping from the top of an exploding Nakatomi Plaza on the top of their tree. He's got a fire hose wrapped around his waist.
Heck yeah.
And that's the perfect tree topper.
That's fantastic.
I want one of those so bad.
I've been to that building, by the way. That's
Nakatomi?
Nakatomi.
You tell me that's the Fox headquarters?
It's a Fox headquarters in Los Angeles. You can just drive up to it. It's
Nobody
it's right
shoots
there.
at you from the building?
Nobody shoots at you. Don't try to get in the lobby because you don't want to go in there.
Right, that's not really the security guard.
Yeah, you got it. But it's literally just, it looks exactly like in the movie, and you're driving
perfect.
down the road, you go, holy moly, that's Nakatomi Plaza.
Right. Yeah,
I think every single guy in the world
I'd go.
Would recognize it. Yeah, absolutely.
Be part of my Hollywood tour.
Have you seen Die Hard, Laura?
Yes,
You have
actually,
seen Die
more
Hard.
than once.
And you like it?
I love it.
It's because it's a great movie.
And I do think it is a Christmas movie. It takes place entirely at Christmas at a holiday party.
Is it the
No
best
contest.
Christmas movie?
It is not my favorite Christmas
Okay, is it your favorite? It's not mine either. But it is a it's a perfect movie. Die Hard is not just a Christmas movie. Die Hard, because it can be enjoyed all year long.
Yeah.
Die Hard is a perfect movie. I believe. Yeah. I don't think there's anything about it that's foul.
It's great.
Every
Phenomenal.
scene.
Yep.
Okay, Stephen in Issaquah says the Lord of the Rings trilogy are my favorite Christmas movies. All right, Stephen, explain. He says they have a guy with a beard. It has snow. There are elves. Plus, they came out in the theaters. They did come out during Christmas time, which does make it a Christmas movie to me.
That's fantastic.
We found some cuts here.
I need a holiday. A very long holiday.
It is a gift. A gift to the foes of Mordor.
Look to my coming on the 24th.
There you go.
That's beautiful.
All right, I guess I could buy that. Tom Warner Billy says White Christmas. All right, let's see. This is an older one. I think Tom
I
Warner.
love
Tom Warner
this
Bully,
one, too.
not Billy. Bully.
Tom Warner Bully. Yeah.
You love this one too, Laura?
Yeah, I pulled the quote for this.
I
It's
watched
my
this
favorite
Sunday
part.
night. Watched
Oh,
this
you
Sunday
watched
night.
it?
This Sunday night.
Lord help the mister who comes between me and my sister. And Lord help the sister who comes between me and my man.
Laura, didn't you say you and your sister did something funny with this?
Oh, we used to act the scene out as kids. We would do the whole song and dance. Like, you know, when
It's
kids do like a
abnormal.
family performance for the that was our routine.
So this was clearly a family Christmas movie that
Yeah.
you were introduced
Yes,
to.
exactly.
Beautiful.
That's adorable.
It's a wonderful story about giving.
Yeah.
You know, Danny Kaye and Bing Crosby's characters helped save the General's holiday resort. He's invested his entire retirement into this holiday resort, and no one's coming
I
to
don't
Vermont.
remember the plot of the movie.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah,
It's
it's
wonderful.
funny. My brother and I, Laura, did the same thing with that sister song. I'm just joking. We did it.
Batting each other with the fans.
We
too.
did, yeah.
all of
Yeah.
it.
That's troubling.
All right, Jamestown in Eastlake says the Polar Express. This is okay. I would say this is a C-level Christmas movie.
Okay.
It's not A. It's not B. This is clearly C-level Christmas movie
Because of the technical limitations
because
on
of
it?
the technical
Yeah,
limitations
thank
of the
you.
day.
Yeah. It's got a wonderful message. Tom Hanks is a genius.
I love the
him.
idea
Yeah.
that there is a cold deadness to the characters that I cannot get
There's
past.
nothing behind the eyes.
100%. And
haunting.
I don't know if this was by choice, but this is a who directed this movie again? This is the same guy who did oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the name. But he did Back to the Future. He did Zemeckis. Thank you, Andrew.
Zemeckis made Polar Express?
Yeah, this is his Image Movers. He made a bunch of these movies where they were like trying to motion capture real people and put them into make them CGI. So Tom Hanks plays a bunch of these characters, and then when they get to the North Pole, it's kind of this like sad, lonely, weird, empty elf place. They're all in the town center waiting for Santa Claus.
Sure.
I get it. But there's this haunting quality to it that I don't understand why he was going for. It should be like a joyous, fun.
Yeah.
But it felt like a haunted dream.
It was the same feeling I got watching, speaking of The Walking Dead earlier with Andrew Lincoln.
Yeah.
When The Walking Dead, when Alpha was missing, the zombies just kind of walked around waiting for him.
There you go.
I got the same thing from Polar.
It's the same exact thing. Yeah, 100%. I heard that's where they got the inspiration for that show.
It's horrible.
Carter in Seattle says Home Alone 2 Lost in New York, which he makes the argument is better than the original.
What?
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Do you think that's true? Do you guys agree with that?
I thought the second one was another money grab.
Right?
Yeah, it's just the slapstick was off the charts. It was too much. I mean, the original
You didn't think
slapstick.
the first one was too much?
Well, I mean, the first one, though, I bought, though, the kid's trying to defend his home with the things he found in his home.
Wonderful premise.
Right? I mean,
yeah, it's great.
Next thing, they got these guys in an abandoned brownstone. They're falling through floors. They got cans of paint falling from 3 stories.
true.
They lit the rope on fire. I mean, he dunks his head in the toilet and the fumes.
Yeah.
Joe Pesci with the burned off cranium and the whole nine. That was and the
Central
feathers,
Park. They're
the
running around
feathers
Central
and the
Park with the
birds.
bird lady.
Right, it's over the top's too much.
Who is also, by the way, I figured this out because we watched this recently. The bird lady is the same lady who is also the foster mom in Angels in the Outfield. Did you guys ever see Angels in the Outfield?
I'd seen that, but I never made the connection.
Same lady, kind of a sad-looking lady. She's kind of sad, and the Angels in the Outfield, too. But that movie has problems, but I love it. I love Home Alone, too.
By the way, Andrew, I know this is our out cue. This is one of my all-time favorites. This is one of those, to me.
Sure.
B+.
Okay.
B+ level. Because it's meant for kids, and it teaches kids right out of the gate the true meaning of Christmas.
It's phenomenal. Yeah.
It ain't about
Charlie
the glitz. It ain't about the Snoopy's doghouse decorations winning first prize.
Yeah.
It's about the spirit of Christmas. And when Linus steps out on the stage and delivers that,
it's great.
That's it. It's what it's all
totally
about.
Great. We got more of these. We got more of your texts. We have more audio examples, and then we're going to get into all of our favorite movies.
Yeah.
And make our arguments. All right, stick around. We'll be right back.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com. This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Retirement used to feel like something way off in the distance, and suddenly it's not. And like so many of you, I want to make sure the money I've spent a lifetime saving will actually last. That's why I work with Trajan Wealth. Ursula Roytine here. My husband and I recently sat down with Marty, and she took the time to understand our goals, our financial situation, and what we want the next chapter to look like. And because Trajan Wealth advisors are fiduciaries, they're required to put your interests first. The plan she came up with isn't shaped by commissions or products. It's shaped around our lives. Trajan is veteran-owned, and they specialize in helping people with $500,000 or more in savings build a smart, long-term strategy. So if you're starting to think seriously about your retirement, start with a team I trust. Call Trajan Wealth at 206-656-3300 or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC. SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for honest pricing, expert service, and guaranteed repairs. This dedication has earned them a Carfax Preferred designation. At Bucky's, every customer gets detailed Carfax updates, timely service reminders, and a full service history, all at your fingertips. With 16 family-owned locations, no appointment needed, and easy financing, Bucky's makes auto care simple. Visit Bucky's.com today and drive with confidence. Bucky's.com.
It's a freezing night, and suddenly your heating dies. A fix could take several days or longer. Don't let this happen to you. If your system's 12 years or older, it's on borrowed time. Upgrade now to a dependable Mitsubishi electric heating and air conditioning system and keep your family comfortable. Schedule a consultation today at HomeComfortAlliance.com. For all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, visit HomeComfortAlliance.com. That's HomeComfortAlliance.com. And happy holidays to all.
I'm here with my real estate guy, Wes Jones of sellwithwes.com. And Wes, the year's almost over. It's the holidays, but the spring is going to come fast.
That's right. There's not a lot of time left this year. But here's the thing. It takes a lot to get a home ready to sell if you truly want the maximum value for it. So I would encourage you, let's start the conversation now if you're planning to sell next year. We'll walk through my pre-inspection program. If there's any improvements that need to be made, I can help line up the contractors. And if needed, we have options to pay for it out of the proceeds from the sale of your home. The important thing is to have a game plan from repairs to staging, pricing strategy, and marketing. And we can help you get a jump start right now.
There's a reason I say if you want to sell for more, sell with Wes. So go to sellwithwes.com, find out the real value of your home with Wes's home value calculator, then give him a call, schedule an appointment. Sellwithwes.com. That's sellwithwes.com. It really just is a better way to sell your home.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
What's your holiday tradition? For most, it's gathering with a joyful meal. Unfortunately, for many families, that tradition feels out of reach. To help, please donate to Nourishing Neighbors the next time you're at Safeway checkout or visit nourishingneighbors.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Jillian Raftery. A power outage in North Seattle is affecting about 16,000 customers. This just came into the newsroom. Crews are investigating. It's not clear if this is related to the weather. But Western Washington is bracing for yet another storm system arriving this evening. A high wind warning is in effect for the Puget Sound lowlands starting at 4 p.m., running through 6 a.m. Wednesday. And there's a blizzard warning for the Cascade Mountains and Olympics early tomorrow, as 2 feet of snow could drop in some areas above 2,000 feet. We're told to prepare for power outages. The wind and snow could stress trees that are hanging on for dear life in soggy soil. That snow, though, is good news for the flooding outlook.
That means any more rain up there is going to turn to snow, and it won't be involved in any runoff into our rivers. So that's good news in that regard.
Meteorologist Ted Beener says rivers should crest over the next 24 hours, and then they may start going down. As people return to flooded areas, many homeowners are learning a costly lesson. KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay reports.
Kenton Brine, president of the Northwest Insurance Council, says standard homeowners policies do not cover flood damage.
It only takes an inch of water in your home to cause $25,000 or $30,000 worth of damage.
He says some people opt out to save money. Others don't realize they don't have flood coverage. He says flood insurance can run you a few hundred to a couple $1,000s a year. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Rob Reiner's son has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder in the killing of his parents. Life in prison and the death penalty have not been ruled out. It's another tough day on Wall Street as a mixed jobs report meant bad news for investors. CBS News business reporter Jason Brooks has more.
In addition to the jobless rate rising to a more than 4-year high in November at 4.6%, S&P Global reported weaker manufacturing and services sector readings for December, with S&P saying the recent growth spurt is losing momentum. A rally in AI stocks, including Tesla and Oracle, lifted the Nasdaq higher by 54 points to 23,111, but the Dow tumbled 302 points to 48,114, and the S&P dropped 16 points to 6,800. Oil prices dipped below $55 for the first time since early 2021. Jason Brooks, CBS News.
Now let's turn to KIRO News Radio traffic. Nate Connors, what do you have for us today?
Oh, as you can imagine, Jillian, it is busy. Heavy rain across the region right now, making for extra tough commutes. Tacoma South 5, just past the 705 interchange. We're still on scene of this collision. It's now blocking just the right lane. Had 2 lanes blocked for a while, so you're backed up to the Fife curve. Further north, South 5, bumper to bumper through Tukwila, starting at Interurban Avenue, all the way to 516. Seattle to Federal Way is up to 45 minutes. Seattle to Tacoma an hour 35. Federal Way to Seattle, 45 minutes. You're crowded between Federal Way and Tukwila. Bellevue to South Center, 40 minutes. Bumper to bumper through South Center, starting near the Valley Freeway. South 5 into Seattle is heavy from Lake City Way into downtown. Up in Everett, North 5, you're heavy from 526 up to 41st. You'll catch a breather and then another backup between the Snohomish River and 529. Eastbound 526, you're packed leaving the Boeing factory over to I-5. And both directions of State Route 167 are still closed between Kent and Auburn, and same with the West Valley Highway. No estimated time to reopen either one. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Weather brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Rain today and tomorrow. High winds expected as well. Overnight lows in the low 40s and highs in the mid 40s. It's 56 degrees right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
All right, we're talking Christmas movies. People are texting, a lot of text messages. I'm just going to read a bunch of these off real fast. Somebody says, let's see here, Last Christmas with Amelia Clarke. I just watched this actually last season. My wife and I watched it. Pretty good. Her and then the guy from Crazy Rich Asians, I believe, is in the movie. I could be wrong about that, but
I've seen a trailer, haven't seen the film.
It's good.
Looked pretty good.
It's good. I always appreciate when they can figure out a new way to tell a Christmas movie.
Right.
Here's one. Here's a sneaky good one that we are watching currently in chunks because that's just what happens sometimes when you get old and have kids. The Man Who Invented Christmas. Have you seen this?
Never heard of it.
Really?
Never even heard of it.
Laura, have you seen The Man Who Invented Christmas?
Nope.
Andrew, is that a no? Man Who Invented Christmas?
No.
No, okay.
Is it a spinoff of Mad Men or something?
It's a spinoff of Matt. No, it's not. No, so I forget the actor's name, but he was in Downton Abbey. He was the Matthew character in Downton Abbey, and then he's been in a bunch of other stuff. I think he's, I forget his name, whatever. You can look it up. It's the story of how Charles Dickens came up with the idea of Christmas Carol. And it's told in a really delightful. It's a period piece. It's so well done. It's all in England. It's English production. They just do really high quality period pieces.
Okay, yeah.
What's the guy's name?
The younger guy, Dan Stevens.
Dan Stevens. That's it.
Yeah.
He plays Charles Dickens.
Christopher Plummer, Jonathan Price.
There's so many good people. Yeah, there's so many good people in it.
Seriously.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot of.
The Man Who Invented Christmas.
Check it out. Okay. Yeah, watch it. It's really, really good. You will enjoy it, I promise, if you watch it. Or you might hate it. That's fine too.
Speaking of which, worst Christmas movie ever, real quick. Top of your head. First response. Worst Christmas movie ever.
Oh, that was too fast.
Sorry. While you think about it.
Oh, you go.
I was recommended by a staff member I won't name.
Yeah.
Because it was Fat Man.
That's Chris Sullivan recommended that.
I wasn't going to say anything, but
I heard him talking about it. He said, you got to watch Fat Man.
Mel Gibson plays Santa.
But who's like angry, right?
Who's angry because, he takes a government contract to build weapons, he and the elves, for the government. Mm-hmm. And some kid who got cold one Christmas hires an assassin to kill Santa.
Yeah.
I'm watching this. I'm like, Sully, why did you do this to me? There's 2 hours of my life I'll never get back.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
And you hated it?
He's a friend.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought I could trust the man.
Well, you can trust him in traffic. I wouldn't take his movie recommendations.
Fair enough.
Another one is a lot of people are texting, you guys are forgetting Bad Santa. I'm not forgetting it. Your question you just asked me, worst Christmas movie? I'll toss that out there as Bad Santa.
Bad Santa?
And the reason is not because it's not funny. It's very funny. And Billy Bob Thornton is kind of a genius in everything that he does.
Yeah.
It's so cynical and dark.
The same reason the McDonald's pulled their Christmas commercial, because it was cynical and un-Christmassy.
Exactly. Bad Santa.
All right. It's a great movie, not a good Christmas movie.
Yes. Okay. I agree with that. I don't think it's a good Christmas movie, but it is there's redeeming qualities as a film.
Movie. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. A couple more of these real fast, then we'll get into our, we'll get into ours here. Here's another one. As a kid, this is James in Poulsbo. As a kid, my go-to Christmas movie was Santa Claus with Tim Allen. As an adult now, I look forward to The Muppet Christmas Carol every year.
With Michael Caine.
This is a wonderful choice.
It's a great movie.
We are now getting to B+ level, A level Christmas
There you
movies.
go. Yeah, I give that a hard B. Good B+.
I would say Muppet Christmas Carol is right on that upper echelon of high quality, need to watch every year Christmas
I love
movies.
Dickens. I love the story. I like the Muppet version better than I like the George C. Scott version from '84.
One of our
Like it better.
texters, Sasha, says A Muppet Christmas Carol is the best adaptation I have ever seen of A Christmas Carol. And part of it is because Michael Caine treats the Muppets like Shakespearean actors.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Amen.
play. Let me play you a clip, and then we'll. Oh, here we go. Who's playing the music here? Is this Andrew or is this you? Is that you? Is that Andrew?
I have it here.
It's so beautiful. This is great. I love Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh, light the lamp, not the rat. Come on.
Light the lamp, light the lamp, light the lamp. I do have a gripe with this movie, though. There's a big problem with this movie, and it was in the release schedule. Or not the release schedule, it's in the American versus UK release. There's a lot of people who may not know this about the film, but the movie ends with Michael Caine singing a song called The Love We Found.
Okay.
You guys all remember that?
I know that.
The Love We Found. And they all sing, it's beautiful.
Yeah, as all good Muppet movies do.
Okay, so that is one half, that is the backside of an earlier song that is not in the American release. Do you know that earlier song?
No.
I think it's the, I'll look this up. Laura, can you look this
It's
up?
in the English version, the British release?
There is a song that his girlfriend, who he does not marry, remember when he's young and he's in the Ghost of Christmas Past?
Fezziwig's daughter. You bet.
She sings, it's not Fezziwig's daughter, is it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Fezziwig's daughter?
Yeah. Yeah, the one he almost married? You bet. Isabel.
I didn't realize that.
Isabel.
Okay,
yeah.
Fezziwig's daughter.
Come on.
She sings a song to him in the British version, the British release to the young Michael Caine. She sings a song to him that's not in the American version because they cut it for time.
Oh.
And the song is all about lost love. And he has kind of like disappeared on her and it's gone. What you have?
It's called When Love Is Gone.
When Love Is Gone. Okay, so it's like When Love Is Gone. It's very sad, just kind of nasally, but it's cold. And but by the end of the movie, he's singing The Love We Found, which is like the answer to that
there you go.
earlier song.
Yeah.
But it's not in the American release because they didn't have time to. They didn't think American audiences would sit for that long of the movie, so they just cut it.
Terrible decision.
But all the emotional weight of the movie is realized in those two offsetting songs. They complement each other.
Nice. I'll make sure to find the British version.
Apparently, it was restored to the Disney Plus version in 2020.
Hello.
They stitched it back in.
Okay, so
there's $19.99 a month well spent. I'll buy that. I'll watch that.
I will say I don't agree with that because we recently watched it. It was not in there. We were waiting for it, and it was not in there.
Okay.
So I would have
All right, Google Gemini, step it up.
Google just lied to you. Laura, give us your favorite holiday movie.
Okay, this might be a slightly controversial take because it does open with Halloween. But for me, it's Meet Me in St. Louis, and it does have one of my favorite Christmas songs of all time.
Okay.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
I can't listen to this without crying.
Is this Judy Garland?
It's Judy Garland.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so good. And it's funny, too.
When Hollywood knew how to make movies.
This is
great.
It's supposed to be an MGM. This is an MGM
yeah,
movie.
Meet Me in St. Louis.
She was like a player for them, right? This is a beautiful song.
Once again, as in olden days.
Keep this going just a little bit in the background because I was listening to this song on the car the other day. We were driving around, we were listening to this song. Judy Garland's really interesting to me because we all know what her life was like. She's a child actress. She rises to unbelievable fame. She's like 16 when she does Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz, yeah.
And then she has just crazy fame, and she's like in and out of relationships that don't go super well for her. And you have a movie studio who's trying to according to the people that she acted with, who's like basically pumping her full of drugs to keep her going on this crazy
Amphetamines
schedule.
to wake up, barbiturates to fall asleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's the Mickey Rooney?
Mickey Rooney. They made a ton of movies together.
Yeah.
Part of that Hollywood system, the MGM system.
Just churning out these movies. She has her daughter, Liza Minnelli, who ends up being like quite a funny character herself, and I don't think maybe gets that funny without having to mask some stuff that was probably she grew up with. But Judy Garland's, like the way that she sings that song is so haunting to me. It seems so sad.
Oh, it is. Because they're saying goodbye. Yeah.
It's just a very sad song. She seems like a very sad character
Well,
to me.
I will say the movie itself is not sad. It is funny, and it really holds up.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know it very
that's
well.
why I love it. It's got both the emotional heart and like Tootie in the movie is hilarious.
Is that Judy Garland?
No, the little kid. Judy
the
Garland
kid.
is like grown up.
I don't know that I've ever seen it.
Teenager.
I don't know if I've ever seen Meet Me in St. Louis.
Oh, you have to watch it.
I'll watch it.
By the way, the director was Vincent Minnelli.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Liza's dad.
Yeah. There's a version of her singing, and we'll take a break, and then we'll come back to our favorites. But there's a version of her singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, because, she does it when she's young, but then she sings it when she's older, I think. And it's just, she got to the other side of that rainbow, and it was not as...
Oh, was that when she's sitting with Ray Bolger?
I don't remember.
I think there's where he asked her, can you sing the song? Can you sing the song for me?
And it's just sad.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh.
I'm sorry. That's disrespectful.
Well, but just think about her life.
Right.
Like, you think about the things that she's looking back on. It's a very aspirational song, and then, I don't know, there's something about it. But Wizard of Oz is great.
You okay? You choked up.
We're going to come back. I'm having a lot of... No, we're going to be right back. We got more. Stick around.
The Northwest's trusted news source.
We're learning that it was two brothers who were fatally shot in Lacey.
KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has more.
More than 140,000 fentanyl pills and powder were seized.
Experienced voices you trust.
A fierce budget fight is coming down to the wire.
Coverage you can depend on.
King County's $20 billion budget.
KIRO News Radio on 97.3 FM, the app, YouTube, and your smart speaker.
Well, folks, the rainy season is upon us. It's time to protect your home now. With the help of the pros at Integrity Roofing and Construction. Years of experience in roofing and full restorations. Skilled team delivering exceptional craftsmanship, whether it's a simple roof repair, roof replacement, or a full renovation. Integrity offers free estimates, and the customer satisfaction just speaks for itself. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Schedule your free estimate today. Call 206-202-ROOF. That's 206-202-ROOF. Or visit them online at integrityrc.com.
I love the fact that Mike Novak sells more homes than anybody else. This guy works so hard. You know what's happening? People are selling their homes again. And if you don't have Mike Novak's name on that sign, well, you're wasting your time and your house is just going to be sitting on the market. Mike is so confident that he can sell your house quickly. And for more, you'll pay no commission if Mike Novak doesn't sell that home in 21 days. So go to meetthenovaks.com. I'll spell Novaks for you. Novaks. Meetthenovaks.com.
Jason Rance here with our local tax expert and advocate, Greg Nunn from None Better Tax Resolution. So you and I have talked before about the folks who think they can do this themselves. And again, I imagine there are a lot of people who are saying, well, new administration, fewer staff members, now I truly can get it done.
Really, in this situation, I do feel really bad for the taxpayer because here you're getting a notice. You call the IRS, you're going to be on hold for 45 minutes to an hour. And so getting through is going to be more difficult. And when you do get through, you're going to be talking to people that are not as well trained as they have been in the past.
Which makes it even easier for them to take advantage, even if it's not intended, against the person who owes taxes.
I've heard it said that they just will make up something because they want to respond to the taxpayer. And people are going to get some really bad information and they're not going to know.
If you're having trouble with the IRS, call Greg Nunn. None Better Tax Resolution, 425-947-1967 or Google NUNN. None Better Tax Resolution.
An organized home is a happy home and a happy homeowner. John Curley here. Closets by Design made me and my home happy. Experience the quality and backing of a national brand with friendly local Seattle service. From booking the appointment to a free in-home consult to installation day, Closets by Design will leave you wowed and clutter-free. Right now, get up to 40% off plus an additional 15% off and 18 months financing and free installation. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to schedule today.
For seniors, the holidays can be fun family time, but can also be a stressful time if you're struggling with bills. Our friend Steve Teitler of Best Mortgage says a reverse mortgage may be the holiday gift you're looking for.
Many seniors love their home but are struggling with mortgage payments and other bills. A reverse mortgage lets you tap your home equity for tax-free cash. You can pay off your debts and maybe put some extra money in the bank for peace of mind. You've worked hard for that home equity. Now let it work for you. And best of all, you'll have no mortgage payments the rest of your life.
And you always talk to a real person, not an AI robot.
That's right. You'll get a no-pressure consultation directly from me or a highly experienced senior advisor. Never a sales pitch and never, ever an AI bot.
Honest advice you can trust from the reverse mortgage experts, Best Mortgage, the VA loan experts, and debt consolidation specialists, too. 425-649-6000. 6000. Best Mortgage, 425-649-6000.
I got to tell you something, Nick. I have really noticed a difference in your energy level since you started going to Longevity Medical Clinic.
And you know why?
Why?
Because they actually balanced my hormone levels. And when they do that, the largest change I noticed was that now I could sleep.
And then not only get more sleep, to just get more energy, right?
Right. So that all of a sudden that resulted in me, I started running again and doing all these things that I felt so fatigued throughout the day that I couldn't do anymore.
Okay, so at this point, do you want to apologize to me? Because I was always saying to you, every time you say, I don't sleep, I don't feel well, I feel kind of off, I go, well, you need to get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. And you're always like,
I know. But now it's turned into something fun that we get to go in together.
So I need to hear, you were right.
You were right.
You were right. I should have gone to Longevity Medical Clinic.
I should have.
There we go. Fine.
Yes.
You know the right thing to do. Get in touch with Longevity Medical Clinic. Take the free health analysis at lmclinic.com.
This holiday season, you might not realize you've had a little bit too much to drink at the company party until you find yourself pulled over on the way home for a DUI. This is Jonathan Dichter from DUI Heroes, here to remind you that even good people make simple mistakes. Our team of heroes is ready to help you through this season to make sure you can get back to the things that are most important, your family and your life. Call us now at 1-800-DUI-HERO or find us online at DUIHeroes.com.
Hurry, time's running out. Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select Steel tools. Shop online or in-store.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com.
You have what? 8 pairs of readers, one by the laptop, one in the car, one on top of your head that you forgot is there.
Now it's possible to see near and far and everything in between and stop hunting for readers forever. Refractive lens exchange, or RLE, is a quick, innovative procedure that replaces your eye's lens with a crystal clear one so you can see near and far for life. Schedule your personalized evaluation today at nearandfarvision.com.
It was almost always, it was like a fairy tale. We'd live out you and I, and yes, some dreams come true.
You are
yes,
hearing the cut song from Muppets. You've never heard this, Spike?
I've never heard this.
Yes,
and I love this movie.
Yeah, it's very well done. But they cut this. Head of Disney at the time was like, audiences won't sit around for this. It's too long.
He didn't realize the agelessness of the audience for this movie.
Well,
right?
They should have kept it in because the back half of the movie is totally built around this idea.
Beth in Polsbo says the song being cut was a travesty. I make my family pause and watch it on YouTube every time they see the movie.
At that point in the movie, they pause the movie.
Pause the movie. Let's run over to YouTube. Put the song back in.
That's good parenting.
And then onward.
Good for her.
Genius.
Spike, what is your? I have a sneaking suspicion that
we
you
have
and
the
I
same
might
movie.
have the same movie.
Let me.
I have a backup just in case.
So do I.
Okay.
Let me say this. My favorite holiday movie depends on what period of the holiday it is. When I miss my mom, I watch The Family Stone.
Oh, that's nice.
And I'm sorry, but I watch that because I want to put that in perspective. Because Christmas was my mom. My mom made Christmas.
Sure.
And that's the theme of The Family Stone. What I want to remember, what I love about Christmas with my kids, I watch Rudolph.
Sure.
I watch the Rankin Bass animations, stop animations. I watch Santa Claus Coming to Town Here Without Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And I watch The Grinch. And I watch
the cartoon Grinch.
The cartoon Grinch, because again, with the abomination of Jim Carrey's version, it's not to be believed.
And that's what you watched with your kids growing up.
Yeah. When the tree's decorated, when the things are ready to go, and that's what I watched as a kid.
Is that what makes you asked this question earlier? I thought it was a good one. What makes a movie your favorite movie? Like, why is it your favorite movie?
I think it makes you feel the way you want to feel around the holidays. It's important because the holidays are a restorative time. It ain't just a big money grab. I know it drives a lot of the economy. Leavenworth, 40% of their business in Leavenworth is in December, and they just lost Highway 2.
Yeah.
So if you can do anything to help Leavenworth, if you're planning on going out there, make the effort. It's worth it.
Do it.
Christmas is needed in our world. I think it really is. The rejuvenative properties of the holidays are needed now more than ever.
Sure.
That's why Christmas matters to me and my family, and that's why I watch what I watch when I watch.
and you build up to your favorite
To
movie.
my favorite movie of the year.
Which is, again, dependent on what audience you're serving.
Yeah, well, yeah, everyone has a different favorite. I've got only one choice I can ever make, and I'm sure it's the same as you.
Give me it.
It's A Wonderful Life.
It's got to be it.
It's it.
It's got to be it. Wonderful Life. How can you beat? I mean, the thing about A Wonderful Life, it's fun to watch as a kid because you know that it's a Christmas movie and it's a Christmas time and all that stuff. But as you get older and as you have more experience with life, I don't know if there's a better. Wonderful Life is just like Die Hard. It is a perfect movie. That's the only comparison. Okay. It's a Christmas perfect movie.
Yeah.
But you're watching
Hans Gruber, Mr. Potter. I can see it. Yeah,
you're right. Absolutely. Yeah. No, but you're watching George Bailey, who has all these aspirations in life. He's going through all of the real journeys and emotions of life, but it's happening in this movie. He has high dreams and aspirations that don't come true, and then you realize by the end that you actually do have this wonderful life, and they just do it in such a beautiful way.
I really do. It was right here all along.
Right here all along. You see it like a true. I really believe that he and Mary are in love.
Okay, then I'll throw a rock at the old Granville house.
Oh, no, don't. I love that old house.
No, you see, you make a wish and then try and break some glass in. You got to be a pretty good shot nowadays.
Got to be a pretty good shot nowadays. And then the final scene, which always makes me cry.
Here, Ernie, a toast to my big brother George, the richest man in town.
Can't get any better than that.
No,
it's the best.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for all your suggestions.
Yeah.
This was a fun hour. We didn't plan on doing it the whole hour, but it just worked out that way.
We should have started at 1.
We should start tomorrow. We'll do the whole thing on this. No, but thank you guys so much. We really appreciate the suggestions. John Curley's coming up next. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
When extreme weather hits Western Washington,
A flash flood warning after a critical levee breaks along.
KIRO Newsradio is the first place you turn.
We have team coverage this morning.
Live in Auburn, James Lynch, KIRO Newsradio.
Which communities are hit hardest?
Skagit River again going to flood to major levels.
What it means for your commute.
Northbound 167 underwater.
MyNorthwest.com and KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM and the KIRO Newsradio app.
Cold is leaking and rats are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
I'm worried.
About what?
Water.
Oh?
Hot water, if you really want to know.
Water heater worries?
Worried it's wearing down.
Running out?
The hot doesn't last like it used to.
So you're...
worried.
I got a guaranteed fix.
Let me guess. A new water heater.
Right, but...
that's what worries me.
Well, worry no more.
Why?
What you need is an Apollo Plumbing water heater.
Because?
We include Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
Wrenchy's what?
Worry-free warranty.
Which means?
When it wears out, we replace it.
No extra charge.
As an A-List Club member, you're covered for life.
For life?
For as long as you're an A-List member. You get annual life-extending water heater flushes included.
So it lasts longer.
Right.
And when it needs replacement,
you're covered.
With no worries.
Because it's Wrenchy's
worry-free warranty.
What else would you expect from the Ready Right Now plumbers?
Apollo Plumbing.
Home of Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
What about tankless ones?
Worry-free too.
Gotta love that Wrenchy.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
John Curley here. As humans, we value things that last. Local businesses, long-term relationships, people who have been in the community for years. That's Madrona Financial and CPAs. For decades, they've been serving Washingtonians, and what makes them different? They combine taxes and investments under one roof. Most firms do one or the other, but not both. Taxes are often your biggest retirement expense, bigger than travel or healthcare. Yet most never get a clear look at how taxes and investments fit together. That's why Madrona offers the Madrona Analysis. It's an easy-to-understand review of your retirement picture, income, taxes, investments, all working together in one coordinated plan. Best of all, it's conversational. You'll talk with someone who explains it all in plain English. Discover hidden tax traps, see if your portfolio matches income needs, and learn steps to retire with confidence. Call 833-673-7373 for your complimentary Madrona Analysis. Madrona Financial and CPAs, local, trusted, and here to put the whole picture together.
Hey, how's your money situation? Are you ready for retirement? Well, if you want to know what the pros are doing to make wealth multiply and retire like royalty, then you need to listen to this show, Sound Path Through Retirement, with Ben Koval and Matt Leibarger. Get your money right and tune in every weekend, Saturdays at 10 a.m. and noon on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
An illegal alien from Guatemala charged with raping a child in Massachusetts. An MS-13 gang member from El Salvador accused of murdering a Texas man. A Venezuelan charged with filming and selling child pornography in Michigan. These are just some of the heinous migrant criminals caught because of President Donald J. Trump's leadership. I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Under President Trump, attempted illegal border crossings are at the lowest levels ever recorded, and over 100,000 illegal aliens have been arrested. If you are here illegally, you're next. You will be fined nearly $1,000 a day, imprisoned, and deported. You will never return. But if you register using our CBP Home app and leave now, you could be allowed to return legally. Do what's right. Leave now. Under President Trump, America's laws, border, and families will be protected.
Sponsored by the United States Department of Homeland Security.
Your best source for local news, KIRO News Radio, KIRO